start over and run it again. I hope we get it in the end. Make amends, hopefully we can still be friends. Even if now we are in my head. Enough.
All right, here we go. Sorry, simplified. Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the One Up Podcast. My name is Milos Bukaret. With me is George Martinez. Those we got two awesome musical guests. These guys are fucking amazing. You need to listen to their shit, whatever. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to cuss, right? We need to restart that, don't we?
Just bleep it out.
Because YouTube, I will bleep it out. Yeah, because YouTube nowadays does this thing where it's like, first couple minutes you can't cuss because of that.
He was just saying that.
Yeah, I was just talking about that. It's the first 15.
Oh yeah, go ahead and introduce yourselves, boys.
What's up, y'all? It's Connor Gibbons. We're here at the Upzation, what's the One Up podcast that we?
Yeah, whatever you call it, same thing. All works.
Okay, cool, man. I just want to make sure, plugging the right stuff.
Absolutely.
Shoot, man, it's an honor to be here, and I got my boy Barii with me over here. Let him introduce himself.
I appreciate y'all for having me. It's Upzation. When you said One Up?
One Up.
Yeah.
One Up Upzation works
One
out.
Up because we up.
Because we up.
Absolutely.
There it is.
Absolutely. So we starting late as fuck because of me mostly, unfortunately. I was at a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament because I'm a child.
Oh,
and
nice.
I
I was wondering what the meta TCG was.
Yeah. One of my friends runs a company. If you need cards, meta TCG. Not sponsored, but I wish. Dustin, really cool dude. But yeah, so that's why I was late. Sorry, boys.
Yu-Gi-Oh, you a real one.
Nah, for real.
Fucking nerd.
I love Pokemon. Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
That's my guilty pleasure right there. Pokemon.
Absolutely. So what do y'all do? Tell us a bit about yourselves.
Shoot, man. Well, I'm a creative. I do a little bit of everything, but my primarily focus is music. I make clothes. I do photography, videography, a little bit of graphic. Really just try to get my creative energy out as any way that I really can. I don't like to really box myself, including my music too. I don't like to box myself. Like a lot of people would be like, "What's your genre?" And I just tell them like alternative, pop, punk, hip hop, like a cross blend. Because whatever I feel like I can apply my vocals to and lay my emotion on, I'm gonna do it. Because I got tracks from EDM, where I'm singing on some house music type of thing, and then I got tracks all the way to rap. I got rock, I got alternative rock, I got hip hop. I just do a little bit of everything. Pop,
everything.
Yeah. Honestly, it was cool seeing you at the show. Seeing you live at the fashion show where we were at. Because you were doing different kinds of styles of music. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'd really try to, not really try to do. I do make as many vibes as I can because I feel like there's a little bit of something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And not everyone's gonna like one genre of music that you make, And I don't know. I just try to make a vibe for everyone because I want to be able to connect to as many people as I can and just spread my energy and let people kind of know because my music sometimes more deal with mental health and anxieties, heartbreak, depression, but I also have my lit songs too where because we're not always sad. So I just try to connect to everyone as much as I can, let people know they're not alone with how they feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he was I got this dude on, check out his stuff. I'm I looked up first, I'm oh, this is a pop dude. Okay, cool, whatever. And I'm oh wait, shit, there's some rap here, there's some this, there's some stuff that's rock. I'm there's a bunch of different stuff. That's super cool.
Appreciate that,
nice, man. And you're also a musician, you said, right?
Yes, sir. I'm a songwriter and musician. I do a whole bunch of stuff, little bit of production and stuff like that. I haven't done it in years, but mainly I'm an artist right now. I do R&B and rap blend, but when I get out of the box, I do it with Connor. You know what I'm saying? So
hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Now, I really like Childish Gambino. I don't know, that dude's done everything.
Hard.
Yeah.
Facts.
He goes from music to making some really cool TV shows and then some weird comedy. I don't know if you've seen his old stuff, the Derek comedy group.
Oh,
I personally have, but
yeah, I've been on Childish Gambino since he did 3500. I've been on him for a minute.
Dude, everything he's been working on has been great.
I love Atlanta.
So I always like that energy. So I think with me too, I've always been into art. So traditional art, drawing and painting. And then I got into photography and doing video production. And like here in video production, that's where I felt like all my interests kind of lined up.
Yeah.
So I do a little bit of everything. I like doing like one thing.
Fire.
Nice, man.
I like that.
How long have you been doing the music stuff?
Really, I've been like making music probably for like, damn, I'm kind of older now. It's crazy. So like a little over 10 years actually now, because I was in a band for a little while with my boy Dylan Rainey. Shout out him. He actually is my guitarist who comes with me and does all my shows with me and stuff.
Nice.
And me and him were in a band for like 2013 to like maybe early 16. I was the drummer for that one.
Nice.
And then so yeah, really, man. But my solo career, I've been doing that since like 2016, 17-ish. So like not too long, but pretty long now, I guess, at this point, because it's already 2023. So
Oh, shit, God, don't remind me. I feel old as fuck when you say that.
yeah,
God,
man,
damn.
like, bro, it's crazy how fast time is just like flying by right now. Like, really, y'all, it feels like after we had the pandemic, like I feel like we went through like a time vortex,
Bro.
Because like, dude, like it just feels like we missed out. I mean, obviously we did miss out on like a whole like year and a half, almost 2 years of just like being able to do things. And so like I tend to forget that it is 2023. Like I'll be thinking like, oh, it's 2021 right now or something, you know? But like nah, like that time vortex was real when that pandemic hit. Like
For real. We had to stay in the house for a minute.
and then I don't even know how long you been doing music now, like
About the
2016, right?
About the same.
2015, yeah.
When I met you, being consistent about it, but I met you through our friend Adrian. Before that, I was just making beats for people and stuff like that. So, and then when I met him, I started recording extra heavy.
Yeah, so
Nice.
shout out Jay Spinner for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Spinner's the one who really engineers and like produces, I'd say like 95% of the stuff that I do.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, yeah.
I'd say
100%
probably
for
100% for him.
Yeah.
Actually, probably at 98. You got a few new producers you've
yeah.
been working with now.
To
So.
this year, yeah.
Yeah.
It's still high, 98.
Hey, man, when you find cool people you click with,
Yeah,
that's
he the
just
goat.
how it goes.
He the
No,
GOAT.
for real.
Yeah.
That is how it goes, man. It's really good to keep good energy around you and people who like, you know, uplift you and continue to inspire you.
For
like,
real.
because it's really easy to get discouraged out here and stuff. So it's really good to have, you know, just good energy and people around you.
Absolutely, man. Like the whole thing is you just got to keep going. Like no matter what it is, just keep doing it. Like this podcast, man. Like at the end of the day, like yeah, sure, we may not have as big reach as we'd like at some point, but like the fact that just doing this thing brings me joy. Just being here,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
talking to, meeting you people. I'll never fucking meet people like you, like just on the fucking street, bro. Like I know that's like he brought you in. There's some people I brought in, that, you know, that everybody starts talking to and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's just like, sure, one, I get my creative juices flowing, but two, I get to meet fucking, you know, awesome
Yeah.
people.
That's what life about.
That's what I love about podcasts too, because I actually started my own podcast as well. It's called On the Run Podcast.
Nice.
And a kind of like just a quick like what it kind of like means is like I feel like there's multiple ways you can interpret on the run.
Yeah.
And that's like, you know, you could be on the run from something in life. You could be on the run towards something. Either way, you're always kind of on the run. Like you're always doing something. Like I feel like as people, we are constantly moving and on the run, just trying to even sustain and like live. And so
oh yeah.
like I feel you on the podcast thing, being able to just like connect and meet with new people and just like get to have good conversation and just like chop it up with people, learn a little bit something new, you know, like some people like the last episode I actually had one of my friends, his name's Killer Cam, and he does like a collectibles like store and shit like that. So
Nice.
or stuff like that. Oops. And then
I don't care. It's past the first 17 seconds. We don't care.
we lit.
Yeah. Do whatever you want to do. Monetization no longer fucking matters at this point. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
fuck
15
it.
minutes.
Right, and then 15 minutes went by. I don't even know if it had 15 minutes.
No, it's like the first 30 seconds. That's all they care about.
Is
really?
it for YouTube now?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's
not-
what they were saying.
yeah. So it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, because I know for music it's the 30 seconds. Like
Yeah,
or,
same.
like-
Yeah, so same for YouTube videos. Sorry, interrupt. Go ahead.
Nah,
Your story.
bro, you didn't interrupt nothing.
I want to hear more about your podcast. So let me keep
Oh
going.
yeah, shoot. Yeah, really, I was just saying like it's a beautiful thing, man, to be able to just like talk and connect with different people who are doing different things, because it's like really it's all just a networking game too, you know, like
Really.
just like how you were saying, like yeah, like sometimes, you know, like we don't necessarily have like the biggest reach or like, you know, like a crazy array of an audience to where it's like, you know, you're pulling in thousands of like, you know, views or whatever, but you never know, man. It could be that one person that you bring in and all of a sudden, you know, like you just get that like that little buzz, like
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
not that you're trying to use people necessarily for what they like have, but like it's just a good way to like connect and build all together and like build a giant puzzle versus just like a little piece to something.
It works both ways though.
Yeah, it does work both ways because it's always you're always helping somebody else too.
You can also use people in a healthy way.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, because it's always about, it's not who you know, it's who knows you.
Yeah.
And by what that means is you have to leave a decent repression, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you just always using people, the war's gonna get around, stuff like that. You gotta, as much as you give, you gotta receive as much,
It's a give and take type of thing.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah.
You gotta be reciprocal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it has to be reciprocal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, has to be. Otherwise, it's just you pouring your energy and soul into something, and like you end up just feeling empty the whole time. And like, honestly, I struggled with that for a little while. Like, so I was just dumping energy into shit that like I did not need to dump my energy into, like with people and just like things in general that like sometimes like I feel like as people we tend to try to like fit in sort of like in like things that like maybe we don't necessarily need to be in, and then like realistically just doing your own thing and being yourself is really like the key.
At the end of the day, because that'll come out like no matter what. At the end of the day, your true personality will come out one way or another. And so if you're being fake with people, they will find out that it will get out, and you may lose connections with them. So that's why, in my opinion, I always prefer to be exactly who I am, because what you see is what you get. I don't want people thinking, that's I wonder how he's gonna be tomorrow. I wonder what he's like. No, man, like I'm gonna be straight up exactly who I am anytime I can be.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You gotta be genuine.
Exactly.
You have to be.
So
you?
Yeah.
George fired.
Not the fire button.
I didn't turn it on. Button. I had to turn on my phone because I always keep it on silent. But this time I had to turn it on to make sure Connor got here.
All right, forgiven.
Right. Man, so real quick, you said you was at a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. Or not a podcast, I'm sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I did not make top 8, unfortunately. I think I scrubbed out. I made, I think, 11th. It was about 40-ish people. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So not bad though. I mean, not great, because top 8 is the only one to get little pricing.
Right.
There was decent pricing at the beginning. You get like your tournament entry packs. They were doing a full case tournament, so you would get a full box, which was like $80 for getting like the top.
Like a booster box.
Yeah, a full box. If you 8th through 4th, and then upper you get a little bit more. I think first place gets like half a box, so like 6 cases. Sorry, half a case, so 6 boxes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so like exactly. So it's really good. I decided to take this. Yu-Gi-Oh tangent. This anti-meta deck just for fun, because this is kind of a weird format. It's between ban lists, and new shit got released, so nobody knew what was going to be played. And I just made a call. It was a decent call, but the deck didn't want to do for me what I wanted to do. I bricked, and I lost one of the crucial games, unfortunately. But that's fine. It happens.
Yeah, how they say, happens.
Life.
Yeah. I've been playing it for a long time. It's one of those things that I kind of got back into when I went back to college. I was kind of like in a depression, if you will, because I was working at Walmart, go to UTA. Same thing I did in 2011, basically, I was doing in 2021. So literally, I was just
going
like,
backwards.
Exactly. I was like, I literally moved nowhere in the last fucking decade. And so I just needed something to put my energy towards, to whatever that it was. No consequences, no nothing. Sure, we had a podcast here and there, this and that, but I needed like a third thing. And so when I started Yu-Gi-Oh, that kind of started playing again. That kind of got me out of my mental funk. So I guess one piece of advice I have is like, find a hobby you like, man. If that's music, if that's podcasts, if this is that, just find something that kind of gets you out of that mental space.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, you like saying something like that is like a great point, because like, dude, like even like, because sometimes like like this stuff's fun, like obviously, right, like making music or like doing a pod or things like that, like. But at the same time, sometimes it gets really like stressful when like, because you tend to get in like, at least for me, I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like it's kind of like general. Like as a creative, I feel like sometimes you can like get kind of caught up in like the numbers thing, and like get caught up in like kind of like you lose your purpose of like what you were doing it for to begin with, and then so then it kind of creates like a mental blockage of like kind of like just like you said, like a depression wave kind of, where you're just like, wow, like I feel like I haven't done shit, and like
you need an outlet,
exactly, a little outlet, and like that's why I mean I still play Pokemon. Like Pokemon's my outlet, like that's my escape. Like I don't know if you know too much about Pokemon or if y'all are into Pokemon at all, but I had just picked up a copy of Alpha Sapphire from.
Best game. I love that game.
I love it so much because like Ruby and Sapphire on the GBA were like that was like my games like because I played Gold and Silver like and Red and Blue when I was a child, but like I was a little too young to fully understand the concept. So when like Ruby and Sapphire came out, like that was like where I understood everything. That's like my main thing, and so. I had just I was at the DFW vintage swap meet last weekend and
should have gone to that demo. Yeah,
oh dude, you should have. Like when I tell you that shit was lit. I got this shirt there too. I got this hat here, shout out Barely Legal.
Didn't even go.
And like but I picked up this Alpha Sapphire copy and I had just do you know what shiny Pokemon are?
Of course.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
a Pokemon nerd, bro.
Oh sweet. Okay, yeah. Bet. I don't know because usually on the spectrum sometimes it's like either Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon and
not TCG, not card games, but Pokemon.
Pokemon
video
in
games,
general.
100%. No,
Cool.
Video games, bro. 100%. Shiny hunting, all that shit. I do all of it.
Yeah, dude. I literally just finished my hunt. I got a shiny Trico as my starter, and so I'm super lit.
Did you do the whole fucking resetting thing?
Yes,
Yeah, no,
I
oh
sat
my
there and
God.
soft resetted, and it's like crazy because like, dude, I was in the doctor's office literally. What was it? What's today? Saturday, Friday. Yeah, Friday. Damn, it was yesterday. Shit. So yeah, yesterday I was at the doctor's office. And I was like, while I was waiting in the room, I was still just soft resetting because I was like, whatever. What's a little? I'm waiting, so I may as well try it out. Right before I went in, threw the little starter Pokeball, and then boom, Sparkles came out. I was like, oh shit! I was like crunk in the office, everyone looking at me. I was just like,
what the hell that means. That means this man has more patience than like fucking anything. Doing the restarting thing is like one of the hardest ways to shiny hunt in the game. Except for maybe, well, no, it is even harder than fucking legendary hunting because it takes longer to reset to get to that. Oh my god, bro, you're a legend. Like I've never,
dude,
like
thanks,
the only shiny, I just do Matsuda's shiny hunting and maybe
eggs,
wine stuff, but I've never suffered for shiny hunt. You have more patience than anybody I know.
Oh, dude, well,
hats off to you.
Oh man, thank you, brother, thank you. Like the thing is with like, well, it's kind of clean with like Alpha Sapphire and like those types of games because like the load up time isn't long. Like for example, like the newer games, like I feel like if you try to soft reset for like something, it takes a painstakingly amount of time to load the game up. Like for example, the new Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl remakes that they just did, like dude, it's like a 40-second wait time on this black screen before the game even pulls up. And so like on the DS, as soon as you reset, it's back in like within like 10-15 seconds. And so like you're not sitting there too painstakingly long, but like so it honestly was really quick. I was surprised at how fast that I got like the shiny because like
how long did it take you?
I'd say like okay, so technically it took about a week, but like I wouldn't say it actually in real lifetime took a week. Like it probably took maybe 2 days of like in time, like real time, like maybe 2 days.
Sorry, George, this is a Pokemon podcast now.
Yeah, no, let's turn into a Pokemon podcast. Yeah,
I was like
to this, to be honest.
Just excuse me for a little bit. I gotta go get something.
Oh yeah, dude, this got too nerdy for him. He's out.
Yeah, he's a shiny Pokemon. I'm out.
I was gonna mention something real quick. There's a couple of shiny hunters I watch on Twitch and stuff. One of them, Clockpit, dude, is shiny hunting every Pokemon in Coliseum right now.
Oh, that's a fucking task.
And so he's doing the 4 GameCube setup. Like I know some people have done like more. There was this dude, Professor's Lab. He was doing I think like 32 GameCubes altogether. It's fucking lunatic.
32 GameCubes.
So because you can run them all off of one Wavebird.
Oh really?
Yes. How? So the Wavebird controller, it's radio signals.
Yeah.
So it's not Bluetooth. So radio doesn't like Bluetooth because you connect one thing to Bluetooth, you can't really connect to the other.
Right.
Radio doesn't matter. Radio goes out to everything, and comes back to everything. So all the receivers work on the same thing. So any input you do will do it the same on everything. Wow. So I think when I was watching, he was doing like 4. Have you played Coliseum?
Yeah, of course.
Have you played Coliseum?
No, I haven't.
Sorry.
He's not too big of a Pokemon guy.
Sorry.
Like,
we took over this podcast. I apologize.
It's not even just Pokemon.
He was shiny hunting fucking Shuckle. Do you know what Shuckle is? At the bottom of the underground Coliseum.
Yep.
Like at the very end of the game, you have to go through 4 people, and then on the 5th guy, so you literally he has to reset every single time. Go through the long ass battles through 4 just to get to the 5th one to see if maybe it's shiny.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
No, that's crazy. Yeah.
Sure, he was doing it 4 at a time, but still, like the patience of that's insane,
dude. Because I was actually, it's funny because it's the second game of Coliseum, XD Gale Darkness. I was watching this dude shiny hunt the Lugia, and like that to me was insane. That like someone was doing the Lugia battle, like because it's like you have to catch the shadow even to see if it.
Yeah. So you have to do the whole thing, catch it, and then.
I think
see if
you
it's
have to
shiny.
purify it to even see if it's shiny. No,
I don't
maybe
remember.
Lugia. I think Lugia you have to because like Lugia is the only shadow Pokemon.
Oh, because it has a different form. Yeah,
because it has the actual purple the actual shadow, which was the sickest Lugia ever, by the way. Like that's my favorite.
I
Lugia.
didn't know about that. Like the whole you had to purify it. I think I never actually finished XD back in the day.
Man, to purify that Lugia was ridiculous too, because like in that game you had like in the hometown lab or whatever, they had like the purify chamber or something, and then you had to have, I think there's like 10 slots. I can't remember exactly what it was. It's been so long. But it was like 10 slots that like you had to have to where they would all purify, and then at the last one you could put a Lugia in, and then it took all of them to like purify that shit. So it's like a struggle. Like
Everything good, George?
Yeah, had to get some.
had to get the bang on, yes sir.
The bang.
Y'all sponsor them. Bang sponsor them.
Is your mic
And then
good? I see it's like tilted.
Yeah, my mic's
You
fine.
finna hit
It's a
around?
different mic.
Oh, it's a different mic. Okay, gotcha. I was
We were
wondering.
having issues with the mic last time, so I ended up buying a new one and brought it in. This one actually is just regular, like more traditional podcast.
I feel like I'm in a booth.
nah, for real, like, you're about to record some music in here.
we still need. I think we still need a little bit more like noise canceling, like add a little bit more stuff on the walls and the ceiling, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I can see.
Yeah,
I can feel that.
Yeah,
Because I feel like it still has quite a bit of an echo to it.
it can. The thing is, it's not too hard to knock down in post, and
Yeah, a little noise gate.
yeah,
and
and even without it, like it actually, I know it sounds echoing in our ears now, but these mics are actually really good. I don't really pick up too much of it.
Oh, I believe it,
Yeah.
especially with this little shield you got here and stuff too.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, like, where'd you get these little mic stands, bro? Because I've been looking for one of these for like traveling, like, cause like when I was just on tour and stuff, I was really trying to like record like more music while I was out there, and like I did still like, but I would like hold my microphone like rather, and like kind of want to have to hold that and try to engineer myself at the same time so I can like.
They sell these with the isolation shield and the stand and the microphone on Amazon. So it comes like as a kit.
Really?
But what we did is like we bought our own mics, put it into the kit. And this used to be a little bit higher, but we ended up like modifying it and putting it through the leg so we could get it shorter. That way, whenever we're talking on here, like we can actually see people's faces.
That's so smart.
Yeah,
So
that is some crafty ass shit though.
Because like for the longest time, they were like, for the longest time they were like here, and so half the time like we'd be like trying to do a video. I'm like,
Right, and all you see is this. Like,
like we start off fine.
We'd
but
always
then
have to
people
angle it a
relax.
certain way so you could see it on people's faces on camera. So we'd have to angle it a certain way.
Yeah.
And like this is just better now. One time we had a girl on that was like pretty small, so you couldn't even see her. Like, it just was
hide
like,
anyway. Just use a little voice.
She's like 4'11".
And then she ended up just like staring straight at the camera for most of the podcast.
I was
Like she was just
Yeah,
talking
kinda
to the
like,
camera.
She was somebody who was never she was never really on the video side of things, so she didn't know how to act in front of a camera or even deal with a camera, which is kind of funny.
No,
Oh,
well,
okay,
the thing
okay.
was she's an actress, so she
Was
she
she?
kn- yeah. So she's
Wait,
an
who was
actress,
this?
so she knows it was Michelle.
Oh.
So
Never
so
mind.
whenever she
I was
was
thinking
like,
somebody
"Which
else.
one's my camera?" I'm like, "The one on the right." And so she just talked straight into the camera like she was delivering like a
She was too
monologue
much
or
of an
something.
actress.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
like his captions in the
I'm
back.
sorry, I was thinking of somebody another one over, I guess. I apologize. My bad.
No.
Hey, that's what it is when you got a really nice podcast.
Yeah.
You get- sometimes you mix up your guests.
No, I just drank too much this last one. It's fine.
Hey, quick plug, y'all. Bang, go ahead and sponsor them. Go ahead and sponsor One Up. Bang, go ahead and do that. Prime, go ahead and sponsor me. Go ahead and get that. Let's roll that. You know what I'm saying? Pop that in. So, Paul, if you hear that, man, go ahead and.
Hey,
hook
They
up
got
your
Red
boy,
Bull.
like-
You
Red
want
Bull
me
over
to
there.
Red Bull, get me
Right, yeah,
up.
go ahead and get
I was
Red
like,
Bull.
got
Red Bull, get me right.
Red Bull, go ahead and
You
get
know what I'm
Barii
saying?
right. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone
What is
is
this,
a different one. Sam's
Cherry
Club
Lime
members
Man,
one.
what the fuck? Sam's Club sponsor.
Yeah, Sam's Club sponsor would go crazy.
That's the
Yeah,
bag.
no, a Costco or Sam's Club sponsor would be insane, right?
I'll take a Sam.
We'd have
Nah,
all
for
kinds
real.
of drinks with Sam's Club, dude.
You got Walmart with it.
Yeah, nah,
Hey, shit.
I forgot Walmart owns Sam's Club.
Nah.
We
But,
have unlimited drinks.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
But yeah, speaking of Prime, that stuff's actually not bad. I had a chance to try it recently. I was like, because usually like a lot of shit that's hyped up like that, like it's usually kind of like ends up being kind of ass.
It's
Prime
mid.
was actually not bad, and I'm not just saying just kiss their ass because like Logan Paul, the only thing I like about him is his fucking wrestling. Everything else can go fuck himself. I'm sorry, Logan. Like
Hey,
not
shit,
not
man.
not his opinion. Not
does
his opinion.
wrestling?
Not his opinion.
Uh-huh.
He does wrestling?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in WWE
I
now.
thought it was just like boxing.
That's his
No.
brother.
Yeah.
Well, no, he did a little bit of boxing too, I guess.
They
Yeah,
came
but-
up boxing. I mean, wrestling.
Yeah.
They were like world state wrestlers.
But bro, like the shit he did was fucking nuts. I don't know if y'all saw like a spot recently. He was on the Royal Rumble. There was this guy Ricochet who's also a high flyer. They were like on the opposite side of the
Yeah,
ring.
they, like, jumped and
jumped up,
clotheslined?
yeah, and closed on each other at the very top of the like between. Literally just like jumped up, closed on each other, fell down. It was like
Yeah.
bro can fucking fly.
He
Yeah.
really can. His athleticism is insane.
It's,
He
it's
is
super
athletic as hell.
cool. Like I said, I mean, as a person, I'm like, but as a wrestler, dude, it's fucking good.
His dedication.
Yes, and he's finally
Right.
embracing what he's finally embracing what was kind of an issue. For the longest time, he wanted to be like a face character, which is like a good guy, but everybody kept on booing him. And it looks like finally, like the Royal Rumble, he was embracing the hate a little bit,
Yeah.
which is I'm like, you kind of need to do that. If
Yeah.
the people,
So he's a heel now?
yes. So
Yeah.
heel is like a bad guy, and so he's really, I think he's finally trying to embrace that, which is great, because that's what makes a good wrestler is if you can work off the
Yeah.
crowd. And you
Facts.
kind of go off. And I mean, and in anything, even entertainment, like as a musician going to concerts, you can feel the crowd's energy. You can, hype them up, and all that. So whatever.
Yep.
So it's kind of everything. So I feel like, as a musician, if you want to get in wrestling, you already got crowd work, homie.
Yeah, the crowd control. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I would love to be a wrestler, but man, I'm not fit for that yet.
Boy,
I
you
would
hit
have
that. You hit that mat. Different.
that mat. The mat's like hard as shit too. Like people fail to realize that. It's a hard mat that you landed on.
I'm
Like,
good on
It's
that.
like plywood right underneath it. That's
yeah,
about it. Yeah.
literally, and then like a basically like how this would feel.
Yeah.
The thing to me is like, it's not real, but you gonna get hurt for real.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not down for that.
And more times than not with those moves, more times than not, it's usually the person delivering the move that can get hurt more so
Yeah.
than the person receiving it.
That's
Because it's like you gotta throw them a certain way, and so it's more on your body than on theirs the way you throw them and stuff like that. So it
Honestly, the only thing fake in wrestling is that it's scripted.
Yeah.
So they kind of
Yeah.
like planned it out, and everything else is you're doing it for real. So
Yeah.
you're likely
Yeah,
to get
they're
hurt.
really jumping off those ladders, and they're
Yeah.
really
Old school
going through
boxers that would
tables, like-
cut themselves with little blades in their
Oh,
hands.
used to,
So-
yeah.
Yep, until they turn
What?
G. Yeah, because that used to be how they would
Yeah, it's
sell
called
it
blading.
more.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because like for example, like if you get hit in the head with a chair, like
That's
to
how
really
that was real blood when they was bleeding.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
real blood.
Yeah,
they were
because like
cutting themselves.
inside, how like typically most wrestlers, not like we just said, not as much now. Like now, if you're busted open, you actually got busted open. But like before, they used to have like hand wraps around. They would have like little blades on the inside to where like, let's say you get hit in the head with the chair. Like obviously, like you're not gonna get cracked open all the time if you get hit in the head with the chair. I mean, yeah, still you bleed, but to sell it more, to like make it seem like, oh shit, like he just got fucked up. They would like as soon as they get hit, they like hold their hand up. Boom, real quick, and then on the ground,
Cut
just
themselves.
Yeah.
quick little like
It's
slit in
called
the head.
blading, yeah, because it's like if you do it right here, it's like it'll bleed quite a bit because it's like just skin and then right underneath it, just
Yeah, just like bone, basically.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like right there, usually way to do it. There was a guy, and this is a lot of the older ones. I know Abdullah the Butcher. He used to be a wrestler a long time ago. His forehead is like really messed up because of like you can literally see like all the times he's cut himself through that. So that's. I'm sorry, yeah, we're like way on a million tangents, but that's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
No,
It's fine.
it is.
So yeah, he cut himself like really bad, like multiple times. So it's like he's got like literally his forehead's just like all messed up.
That's fucked.
Yeah, one of my favorite wrestlers was Sabu. Like,
Oh yeah.
like Sabu and RVD. Ooh, Rob Van Dam go crazy. Shout out Rob Van Dam, man. We both from Michigan, so shout out Rob Van Dam.
That boy said I cut.
Yeah, like Sabu is crazy too, man. Hey, Sabu used to be real crazy. He used to use this thing called the spike or something. He used to actually like shank people like in ECW and shit. Like
Yeah,
that's
see,
crazy.
If
man.
somebody
Like,
do that to me, it's gonna be real life after the goddamn.
So you just end up shooting on people. It's called like shooting.
Like,
It's like
come
when you
on,
actually
bro.
fight for real. Yeah. So you just end up going fucking like just like.
Because I used to really do the moves on my little brother when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I really thought that shit was real. Do the tombstone, you
yeah,
like,
oh,
bro.
man.
Yeah, that one you gotta be careful with that
You
one
do,
because like
'cause
if you gotta put their head higher up to where
Yeah.
just your knees hit the floor, not their head.
Yeah, see,
If their head hits the floor, like
his head hit the floor.
It's like
then
it's
you're
for
breaking
real.
He hated me. He hated me, bro.
Did we all used to do trampoline wrestling back in the day?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I did.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Trampoline
yeah.
wrestling was the
What
thing.
was y'all's like main trampoline wrestling move?
Dude, I had some friend that would just drop kick people.
Oh
so
my
I
God.
did not like going to the trampoline with them. I like dodge them in the air. Like, dude, get out here.
I used to try to catch people in the air, like catch their head, like.
Try to get my RKO or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, mine would probably be like, I don't know. cause like I was always like a very like small, like you know, like I was hanging around like really like bigger dudes and stuff all the time, and so that'd be really cool whenever like we would be like, all right, like let me like give you a fucking suplex, like you know, so that we had to hit there, and then I'd actually be able to pick them up because I couldn't pick.
Were
up
you
some
the
of these
kid
people.
they like super jump, like everyone jumps at one time? Just
like basically like a little Rey Mysterio or something. Yeah, like.
See, I used to get scared because I'm a bigger guy, so like when you hit the trampoline, you low-key go higher.
Yeah.
Man.
We're trying to see how high we could get somebody. They'll be like four persons high.
Yeah, get into the moon.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Have a heart attack.
Oh, man.
Speaking of like Rey Mysterio, I don't know. Did y'all watch wrestling back in the day? It was like him and Eddie Guerrero like fighting over his kid.
Yeah.
His kid is wrestling right now, and he's actually gonna fight his dad. I think at WrestleMania.
Really?
Yeah.
That's some
That's crazy.
That's some goat shit.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. That's cool.
And it's like, and they've got the story with him now. It's super stupid, but really funny. Like he spent a night in jail because of like a story wise, not actually really. And now he's telling people like he's hard. He's like, I'm hard. I would have been in prison. Dude spent like less than 24 hours in jail. It's super funny.
I think I seen that on Twitter. Like it was like a clip where they like, it was like a family like dinner or something.
Yeah,
and he like showed up and wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
And like get him out of here.
Yeah, but it's always your fate. But
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
not
it's
people in real
super
life?
funny.
That's literally
Yeah, it's
people
crazy
in real
because
life.
man, I haven't even really kept up with like the new WWE stuff.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
Me
like
either. The old school better. To me.
yeah, like
Oh yeah.
yeah, like early
Yeah.
2000s, 2010 to like I'd say about 2013 is kind of like when I like stopped watching. Probably like I still know things like because like you know I'll keep up like with certain things on like Twitter. I'll watch some
Yeah.
YouTube videos and things like that. But I'm not too like invested into it like how I was when I was younger. I actually went to when I lived in Detroit still. I went to WrestleMania 23.
Nice.
And oh, dude, that shit was lit. Getting to
Nice.
see like the Trump and Vince fight, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
it was I think it was Shawn Michaels and Cena. Was the headline that one for the title.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because DX was supposed to be there, but I think Triple H had just torn his like ACL or something like
That dude
that.
just keep on getting fucking injured. Goddamn.
That was my favorite era, the DX.
Yeah.
I feel like
with Jeff Hardy and Ed Hardy.
I feel like I started learning
Hardy
more about
Body.
wrestling through like watching TV shows. Because I started watching Glow, and then I started watching like the Young Rock. And
What's
the
Young
Young
Rock?
Rock is interesting.
What's Young Rock?
It's The Rock just telling like his life story.
Oh, like actual The Rock, but it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Young Rock.
Oh,
Oh,
documentary?
shit. Is that like a?
It's kind of like the Wonder Years, where it's like him in present time or like in the future, talking about
that's
his
nice.
childhood. So you learn about his dad, all the wrestlers he was with, and his like grandmother and grandfather having like their own wrestling promotion company.
So The Rock came from wrestling?
Yeah, his whole family wrestled.
Why
They
that
were
makes
like
so
the,
much sense.
the
to
big
me now.
Samoans.
Yeah, because what was his dad's wrestling name?
Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Of course.
Rocky Johnson. Yeah.
Of course. Only makes sense.
The Rock.
It was
I
something
wonder
Rocky,
how
right?
big his dad is.
His dad was smaller than him.
Pause.
Yeah.
But his dad was still built. Like his
Yeah.
whole family's like big guys. They're all Samoan and like real big guys.
Yeah. Right now, one of his cousins is like the top guy at WWE. So.
Oh,
Like, it's-
Roman Reigns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's his
that dude,
cousin?
yeah, that dude, like that family is fucking huge, man.
Bro.
Fucking Rikishi was part of that family.
Dang,
fucking
he was.
Rikishi's kids.
They all were fired.
I think right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rikishi's kids are the Usos. They're Rikishi's kids, if I'm not 100% mistaken. And then their Rikishi's brother was Umaga at the end, like
Rep Umaga.
right before he died.
My
yeah.
God.
That dude-
Dang, I was sad
Yeah.
when he died.
Rep Umaga.
And the Great Khali.
He ain't dead yet, but Great Khali was shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
He sucked.
Great Khali not dead?
Nah.
Okay, good. Because for some reason I thought he was. I'm sorry, Khali.
He said your career died.
I mean, speaking of death and Khali, he actually killed somebody by accident in wrestling a long time
What do
ago.
you do? Sit on him?
I don't fucking know, but like somebody took a move from him. One WWE was I think before that, because dude was never a good wrestler. He would just always look big.
Yeah.
And so somebody took one of his moves wrong and ended up dying eventually.
Oh man, that sucks. That's
tough.
tragic.
I mean, it's a
R.I.P.
hard business, man.
Nah,
Like,
it is.
taking bumps all day and shit. Like
Yeah, anything can happen.
yeah.
It's like kind of how we were just saying, like, yeah, it's scripted, but
Yeah.
they really putting their bodies to the test.
Exactly,
like,
bro.
for real, putting their
Exactly.
bodies to the
Yeah.
test.
If you watch that show, it like kind of shows his dad's progression because it's like The Rock when he's a little kid, when he's a teenager, when he's in college, and then like way into the future where he's like running for president or something.
That's crazy. That's
But
crazy. What,
They show the progression of his dad. Like in his later years, he was having a hard time like locking down big gigs, and he wasn't working with Vince McMahon because he kind of like screwed him over at taking some Saudi fights.
Okay.
Oh, Vince screwing people over. Yeah, that's new.
No,
Yeah, right. Yeah,
no.
right.
Well, Rocky was the one that kind of went against his contract. He double booked himself, and then Vince wouldn't take him back.
Oh,
for a long time.
that's one of the serious things with WWE. It's like it's not like AEW where it's like you can go to like the wrestling in Japan. I don't know the name. I don't even want to butcher it or say the wrong thing. But like it's not like how AEW is where you actually are like an independent contractor and you can go and like wrestle around. Yeah, WWE is real serious about that.
So you're
I think a lot of these more like modern wrestlers like from the 90s on, they probably took better care of themselves because like in the show they show Rocky was kind of struggling. He was like his joints were hurt and stuff. He was always had like chronic pains. But from all the years of wrestling, but like nowadays, like you seen some guys in their 60s like still wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, but still, like a lot of them are still in pain. Like you watch all the documentaries about all the people who came up. I mean, like Shawn Michaels right now in his 60s, like he can't wrestle anymore. Kurt Angle can barely go because Kurt Angle had like big injuries. He was a opioid addict for a while because of his neck pain.
He was with his neck. Yep.
Yeah, I knew it was something about that man.
Yeah, because people call him Perk Angle.
Boy, it's about thick as shit.
Did you see? I don't know. You remember Booker T probably, right?
Yeah.
He just retired. He was actually Royal Rumble, which is super funny.
Oh, he was there.
He came up. He did a spin-a-rooney and then got kicked out, and then after that, he's like, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm no longer. I'm retired from wrestling."
Yeah.
But he's got a wrestling school down in I think Houston, right? And where he teaches like a bunch of new people that come up through WWE actually went through him.
Is he part of the NXT? Is that?
Yeah, I mean he's kind of part of it, but he has his own wrestling school.
It's his own thing.
Yeah, I've been thinking about like doing more stuff for the podcast and just doing like some one-off stuff. We should do remotes and go take classes at the wrestling school.
That'd be cool. Yo, that'd be cool.
That'd be dope.
That'd be really cool.
We got to bring y'all back for that one because y'all are big wrestlers.
I would love to. And then I would bring my boy Panda with me too for that one.
Yeah, Panda gonna love it.
Still this day, he's like, I want to be a wrestler. Like later, like
for real, he was just talking about.
He was literally just talking about that shit. Like he was like, I want to be a wrestler, and so
he talk about paid his face, everything.
Yeah, you got you guys know people who do wrestling or
no
wrestlers?
I know like a few, and like I am gonna like pretend I remember their names at the moment. I'll have to look. Like I'm really bad with like that, like with names. Honestly, like really fucking bad.
Nah, it's fine. Me too.
But
like, I remember your face, but
exactly. I remember faces.
We know someone who's like worked with wrestlers. There's a friend in Dallas, Carlos, who's like did a documentary on a wrestler named Lance. I forgot what his wrestling name was, but he works with like the wrestling in Japan. So
yeah,
and I think he's based in Dallas. Yeah. But he like travels a lot for it.
I know a couple people going through training and stuff like that, doing their gimmicks and all that, which is kind of cool. I forget what schools they're in. I know there's people who used to run a local promotion, and this one dude who was like a really, maybe not famous, but like he interviewed a lot of wrestling people and stuff like that, the lower stuff and indie stuff like that. So he's very well known in that. We need to have him on at some point, Michael.
Yeah, Dallas supports a lot of wrestlers now. I think about it because I don't know you know who Daily Ooze is.
Yep, Daily Ooze.
He's like a Dallas. How would you describe?
I would describe Daily Ooze as like a Dallas media like blog source kind of thing,
like a spokesperson.
Yeah, like he. Man, he kind of does a little bit of everything, but like really, he's really big. Like I'd say, like a blog kind of write up type of person, but he also has his hands in a lot of different like wrestling shows and things of that nature. Like I know he had a part of oh man, I can't remember what the event was.
It just happened like a month and a half ago or something like that.
Yeah, like
a big ass ring.
And then he was one of the first people to actually throw like underground like rap shows and stuff, but like with wrestling involved. So like they were like. They were performing in the wrestling ring, and then like artists come, do their thing in the ring, and then after they'd have like a wrestling match. So like it was really cool, like really well put together. So like,
that'd be cool to see like the rapper also perform and then go and wrestle.
That would be
cool.
Crazy. Yeah.
Or it's like the crowd. It's like if they boo the guy, so he has to get body slammed or something.
That's funny. That's like almost like a rap battle, but like wrestling.
Yeah, the loser gets body slammed in a rap battle.
Yeah, that's crazy. That kind of reminds me of like some John Cena, like old Thugonomics. Like come out rapping and shit. Like,
that man really had Thugonomics.
That's right. He was the doctor. He was the doctor at Thugonomics. Actually, like that's just crazy.
Nah, bro. Like, if you want to talk about rappers and wrestlers, you can't
John
go
Cena,
over,
bro.
you can't go over R-Truth, bro.
I was about to say
R-Truth?
R-Truth.
Yeah.
I was about to say
I
R-Truth.
forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot about
R-Truth.
R-Truth.
Yeah, and he's still going.
He was the one.
Yeah, he's a comedy character now, but still doing the same thing where he comes in and rapping, doing his rap when he comes down, and everybody's still fucking hyped for it. All the
Isn't that the
time.
one with the theme song was like Brooklyn, Brooklyn? And it
Was
like,
that Crime Time?
Yeah, yeah.
Rest in
Crime
peace,
Time.
Shaq Gaspard. Yeah, amazing.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember, like, that dude, one Crime Time guys died a couple of years ago. He went out, like, him and his son went out swimming, and the wave came and, like, got him.
Oh, shit.
So they went and found, like, the people came and found him, but, like, he was like, here you go, take my son. They were able to get his son out, but not him. He got swept up under and unfortunately passed away.
Wow.
But he was able to save his son.
He a real one, though.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
He going to heaven for that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. Wow. Rip.
Like dude was a fucking and everybody that kind of like that knew him, like, there was not a bad story about this dude because he was always selfish, like, and obviously, like, at the last end right there, sure, you can say, oh, you know, anybody would do that for their own kid. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Nah, like, that dude was a fucking angel.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
real.
crazy. I didn't even know that.
Man, he was in the ocean or something?
Yeah, they were out in California swimming out, and
Yeah,
they got pulled up by waves.
Yeah, them oceans be real.
Yeah.
I almost got by a wave pool at Raging Wave.
Shit.
That was an eye-opener for me.
Man, yeah, you're not lying about the oceans, man, because, like, that's actually funny because I was in Key West one time with my grandpa, and we went on this little, like, boat. It was, like, me, him, and one of his friends named Barii. And we were going, the tide decided to, I guess, just be a little lower than what, like, we expected it to be, and we were just cruising, and just boat just crashed into this fucking, like, bottom coral reef. But then, like, we're still going, so we have momentum to where we don't even really, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to chop through. And then we get past it, but then now we're back in, like, you know, deeper areas, and then, like, we're like, okay, cool, like, let's throw the line. So, you know, start to fish, and then we didn't know that there was a whole, like, hole now at the bottom of the boat. And so, like, we are casually just, like, water just, like, flooding in the bottom, boat starting to go like this, you know, and, like, bro, we were sinking, like, we were real life sinking. And so my grandpa and my Barii, they were sitting there, like, taking buckets that we had and, like, shoveling water out. And then, like, they had me trying to just, like, steer a little bit of the boat, just trying to get to any dock we could to, like, hurry up and, like, make it. I mean, obviously we're here, but so the ocean's serious. The ocean is serious.
You really had to drive the boat.
Yeah, we really had to drive the boat. We made it. We made it. Obviously, like, you know, lived to tell the tale, but, like, shit, like, yeah. You ain't lying. The ocean is serious. The ocean's real.
Play, man. Ocean don't play.
Yeah, the ocean does not play, man.
I had someone tell me a story where they went to the beach and they just caught up in the current and they ended up like a mile down the shore.
It's crazy how easy it is to do that. Like, it's too easy to do that.
Because it drags you.
Yeah, it drags you. And I guess they went with it so they can actually get back out into the beach. And they just ended up a mile down the beach from where they started.
See, I could swim good, but, like, they're just too risky. I don't know. Like,
I don't know, man. Like, in my opinion, there is no better feeling than being drunk on the beach. I don't think
he
it's
was very peaceful.
I mean, yeah, I will give you that.
But you end up a mile away from the shore? See how peaceful
That's a
you are
long ways away. A mile is far.
Like,
fucking get on a floaty out there and pass out. Like, we'll wake up the next day.
Yeah, wake up next day in the middle of the ocean, just like nothing around. Ooh, that's spooky.
I'll go back to sleep.
I'm in a dream, whatever.
I had an uncle who was a fisherman, and he was telling me stories a while back. He said he would go out into the middle of the ocean, but they would be so far out that sometimes the waves would get so big that they would actually cover up like the sky you could see. So you couldn't even see the sky of how tall the waves were.
No
Jesus.
fucking way. Yeah, like what?
No,
that sounds terrifying.
It does. I was like, I
Boy.
can't even imagine that. Dude.
That
Just
sounds like a
so much
tsunami,
water.
damn near. That sounds insane.
Make
Like,
somebody else do it.
Nah, man. That's,
Bro.
and you know, it's crazy that people surf those, man. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, that's a perfect wave. And then it's like, what? Like, that's like death defying. And then they just hop in that bitch.
For real. Like, it gets the adrenaline going.
No, for real. That's some Lilo and Stitch. They just,
like I think about a year ago, I started to notice this guy on like YouTube Shorts and shit. Dude who does like voiceover for a bunch of commercials and shit. Dude's blind, but he's a goddamn surfer. Like, that's insane. Like, literally blind surfer.
so, like, he's literally just, like, using, like, his feel, basically. Like, his touch. Like, he's like,
yeah,
here comes the wave.
yeah. So like
What?
literally like his vision is like, imagine applying like a Gaussian blur on something where you can barely see anything. Like maybe rough shapes, if that.
yeah.
And dude's fucking surfing. Insane.
That man is a superhero.
Nah,
Yeah.
for real, that's a whole superhero for
That's
real.
crazy.
Yeah, I was like, you're braver than fucking me, bro. I can see and I wouldn't do that shit.
Yeah, nah, for real.
Like
Like,
he blind and going out to
Just
the
a real
middle
life
ocean,
daredevil,
going to do
dude.
Yeah,
The real life
that's an
daredevil.
adrenaline junkie. Like, to the fullest. Like,
I mean, really, I guess it really is all about feel because you can feel where the wave's gonna go and how it's gonna go and stuff
Man,
like that.
yeah.
And usually it goes with the coach, so like his coach to be like, hey, with waves coming or something like that. But still, that's nuts.
Yeah, that is.
That's crazy.
I can't
bro.
even do it with sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah,
Like,
I'd be
I
too
wouldn't
scared.
want to do it with sight.
Like,
Same. Same. That's crazy. Oh shit, man.
Fuck, man. What's the craziest shit y'all have done? Like that, similar to that.
In like what aspect? Just
Yeah.
like in
That was a dumb
general.
question. What the fuck did I ask that? Yeah, exactly. It was a general question.
Nah, like because like
So,
there's a lot.
'cause-
You know,
Yeah, because it's like
it's a good one.
Well, I mean, like wild shit like that, like maybe like surfing or some dangerous, some shit like that.
I don't even know if it's my most dangerous one, but like I went snowboarding before, and like I mean that was like an experience for sure. Like, cause you're strapped to like the
Yeah.
like board, and cause it's different than skiing, and so like you're really strapped to that board. And so I mean that was pretty crazy. I'd say for me, like I think that's the most like probably
Adrenaline stuff. Yeah.
yeah, like adventurous in the aspect of like being like I don't know, like out in like nature, I guess. Yeah, like being out in nature is probably the most like adventurous or craziest thing I've done is like snowboarding. And like boy, I tumbled. Like you ever seen that old Disney short with Goofy and he's like skiing around, he's just tumbling? That's how I felt. I was in there rolling, like I was just, man, like it's just hard to keep your balance, but once you get it, like you can get it. Like I guess another crazy thing is like, man, look, I was longboarding for the first time ever in my life, right? And like I don't ride skateboards, longboards, none of that ever again. This is my first experience ever, right? And this is back when I was even in a band too, so this is like 2015-ish time. And first time ever riding a longboard, and this small ass pebble, y'all. I'm talking like this damn ass rock. Like you ever seen that little video of the kids like that damn ass rock? Like that's how I was. And like it was a little ass rock, bro, and it caught under the wheel, and then my ass just went and like immediately fell back, and I shattered the joint in my left elbow actually. And then it was crazy because at the time we were doing Battle of the Bands, and I was in a band.
Yeah.
And so like I was like, I'm shitbagged. I was like, I am fucked. Like I don't know how I'm about to do this. Like. And so that was probably one of the most like crazy things too, like for just like outdoor whatever sports or just doing things like outdoors.
Yeah.
Like,
So what ended up happening like with that? Like now you got me intrigued with Battle of Bands. What the fuck did you go through?
dude, I still drummed with a broken arm.
What the fuck?
Like, and there's like video documentation to prove that shit. My boys can like co-sign. Like I just had to like I was in this whole entire arm sling, and it was crazy because they couldn't put me in a cast because of where it was shattered and broken.
Yeah.
So I had to stay in a splint the whole entire time, because they said if it would have, we would have removed it and tried to do the cast and all that, it could have actually misplaced my elbow again, like, which is, it's crazy to think, because it's like, you get in a cast to like make it, shape form back, you know what a cast does. But so like, and so like I had to just stay in this arm sling and splint, bro, for like 2 months almost. And I literally just was like drumming like this, like with my like, belly with my wrist, just like
did it.
Just going in, and then like ironically we like won that Battle of the Bands. I don't know if it was because like they felt sympathy. We'll let the gift win, like I don't know, like but like we won that one, so it was crazy, like, and it was just beyond me, because like I said, I was so stressed because I was like, damn, like I got this big show coming up, like, and like I just fucking shattered my damn elbow, like I'm the drummer, like it was, yeah, man, but it was definitely I'd say an exotic experience with nature.
What about you, man? What kind of adrenaline fun stuff did you have? Like, what's your best adrenaline story you got?
Mine's... No, it wasn't purposely. The most scariest thing was probably like I had a car accident when I was younger in high school, and one of my friends at the time, really not a friend, but at the time it was a friend.
Of course, high school.
And he had did some crazy stuff. He had this car. He was like, bro, I'm finna drive you to school. And like I was like, all right, bet. I got in, and we started going. This man started wilding, going 80 and like a 30. And
Oh
my
god!
It was like a curve, like a street. Remember I told you this?
Yep.
Curve street. It was like a 80 and a 30, and he hit it like a parked car. But when he hit the car, it only hit my side. So like it hit so hard where like you could see the wheels from the front of the car. Like the shit was crazy, and I actually walked out like without anything.
My God.
But like my mom and everybody was like, "Bro, I don't even know how you just walked out of there." I still went to school and never went to the hospital for it. Like it was crazy, bro.
God is real.
I really didn't even like realize how crazy it was till like a year later. Like,
you know, I really felt that, like, cause you saying that story reminded me of the story when I was in a car accident on my way to school with like one of my old homegirls, and at the time, like, there's just like I went to Allen High School, and there was like an intersection where they had to make a new light because like there was so many accidents that would happen there, and we were turning into the school, and like there was a school bus like flying like forward, and I told her, I was like, hey, like don't go yet, like don't go yet, like it's coming too fast. She was like, oh, you got your permit. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I'm like, okay, bet. And so then, like, we start turning, and then this bus just, like, I'm telling you, bro, like, we were, like, it was probably, like, half an inch away from, like, smashing and, like, creaming me and, like, killing me.
Yeah.
Like, and then, like we start going, and I'm like, slam the brakes now. Like, slam them hoes. And then, like, she listened. And thank God, bro, because then this bus just went boom, boom, took off the whole entire front end of her car, bro. I'm talking engine gone, like everything, fuck, shit bag. So like it was like right here, bro. If it was just a little bit further, like it would just be boom. I would ended up dying. Like that, it's crazy. Like so, yeah, your car story inspired my car story.
Yeah, man.
Crazy. I mean, the crazy story I got is like
gonna say about you.
falling off a jet ski like 4 times in a row trying to fucking get back on it. Like I was like, all right, let's go. This was South Padre. You know, you're drinking, you're doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like, all right, jet ski, sure. I start driving, start going that bitch, going in a big ass way, fucking fly off. Then
Shit.
Fuck.
Jet ski keep going?
Jet ski got fucking going. I can't fucking swim for shit. I'm like, fuck. They come rescue me, and my dumb ass is like, let's go again.
I would have too.
That shit fucking, I think,
That
3
sounds fun
times.
though.
Nah, for real.
Ain't gonna lie.
They're just gonna fucking fly off like, fuck.
Dude, how is jet skiing? Because I've always wanted to go jet skiing.
Oh, it's fun as
always wanted to
fuck.
go.
Yeah, we've been
Imagine
thinking about doing
four-wheeling,
that
but
for a
more
video.
fun. 4-wheeling, but more fun.
I've never done 4-wheeling either.
Shit.
I want to do 4-wheeling, and I really want to like ride jet skis. Like,
Bro,
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things I did though was like I went to go visit my cousin in Australia a couple years ago, and we because he uses excuse of people coming over to do cool shit because he never does like any of this shit by himself. He found there was like this big ass fucking like beach that's like not used for because the sand there is not good. It's not used for like beach going shit like that. That it's straight up just used for like 4-wheeling. And bro, like we were like going up there for like I think about 3-4 hours just like over the dunes and shit. That was so much fun.
that sounds dope.
That was fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, that sounds
sounds
lit.
Almost flew off on that one too because I was stupid, but
That sounds so lit.
What is like what's the vibe like in Australia? Like, like what's like the culture like out there?
bro, I don't know, but I fucking loved it. Like it's really nice. Culture-wise, because I was mostly sticking to people I'm from Croatia, so I was just mostly sticking like the Croatian crowd, stuff like that. The crowds my cousins with.
Yeah.
Because like you gotta go with who you're with really, unless you want to explore on your own. But I was like, I came with as a family.
Yeah.
But like one thing I really like about it is like their cities are. This was Sydney, anyways. Like it's super fucking green. Like you go downtown, they got buildings with like trees on it, and parks everywhere. Like looks fucking beautiful. The area around it.
So they look like the Doctor Strange movie?
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Perfect Future.
The second one.
Yeah, kind of, not really, but looks super nice. Like really green. It's because Sydney's in the middle of fucking rainforest, right? And so literally, like we went to this thing called like the Three Sisters, I think, big rock formation. Absolutely beautiful. Like there's so much. If you're a nature head, bro, fucking Sydney is like 1,000,000% recommended to go.
Yeah,
There's
I really
so
want
much
to check
to
that
go
shit
around
out,
there.
dude. Like, what? Like you said, there's a rainforest there.
Yeah,
I didn't know more
animals.
about my geographic.
Yeah, it's in the middle because Australia.
Y'all got some of the craziest animals.
Oh yeah. They do.
Yeah, they do. So like the middle of Australia is a desert. There's nothing there.
See, that's what I always
and
thought.
then like
it kind
the
of
coast, the coastlines are nice, and then Sydney's basically in the middle of this giant like rainforest, like so it's absolutely beautiful because that part of the country is green. I forget how far it stretches, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that part of the country is green. Melbourne's also pretty nice, but you go up to Darwin, it looks like shit.
Okay.
But yeah, Melbourne's a part of the green part of the country. Not it's like you think Texas is a fucking all desert, Right?
Yeah,
We're not in
facts.
the desert, right? Yeah.
Facts. Because
Yeah.
I remember when before I even moved here, I thought it was gonna look like how Arizona looked.
Yeah,
Like,
for
very
real.
like desert and like not is like how it is here.
I
Like,
thought
it's
y'all was riding horses.
Yeah, for real, same. Like I thought there was some horse riding, like cowboy shit going on, but now it's really city,
there's
dude.
some of
Like,
that. There's
A little
some.
bit
there
more
is some
than
that
Fort
depend where you
Worth.
go. Yeah. I guess
It's not as
Fort
like
Worth more
Word
than
for
Dallas.
word,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was crying on the way here. I ain't gonna lie. I was leaving my
Yeah.
friends and all. I was
It's
like,
like
man.
I didn't have to ride the horse to school.
No, for real.
Carriage.
I was telling my parents, I was like, we really leaving the city to go ride some horses out here?
No, for real. That's crazy. You had a carriage to school? That's a concept. That's a fucking concept.
Fucking first thing you do is send your picture of your of yourself at stockyards to your friends. Be like, yeah, it's exactly like I thought it was.
I love that. As soon as I came in, the first thing I saw was the ball. Like, it's just like being from Chicago, like that just like it gave me like TV vibes. Like it made me feel like I was in like a whole like another space. It was like good vibes, to be honest. I was like, man, you don't see shit like this like out there. So I was like, all right.
It's kind of funny that there is that kind of fucking culture shock even in the country. Imagine like in my case, like I'm from Croatia. I came here when I was 11. Like that shit, like America's Hollywood. All you see on TV, come here, like, bro, this shit's like completely fucking different than it looks on
Yeah.
TV. This is nuts.
It's not that.
Because I mean, all you see on TV is like LA and like
Yeah,
that's about
facts.
it. Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
Educate me. Where is Croatia, man?
Eastern Europe. You know where Italy is?
Yeah.
Behind the boot over the sea.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fire.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's fire.
That's
I
really
want to
cool.
go to Italy for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
I do too.
Italy is nice.
Yeah.
I only got to be there a little bit. Went back with family like 2012 just to, I went with my mom, right? Because she was like, we got to go home, stuff like that. It was one of those trips. It's like, you got to visit this uncle, that aunt. You got to go here, go there.
Nah,
So it
that's
wasn't
cool,
really
though.
for me, but it was still pretty fun. I'm planning to go this year or next year for actually a trip for myself.
Man, let
Back
me know if you got room for one more on that trip. I'd love to join in because you got people out there, so I'd be able to actually
I'm trying to get my house sorted back there because like it was burned down during the war. Croatia wanted to enter EU. They had to rebuild it, but they never finished it because they had to do it up to a certain point.
Like a recent war?
Back in the 90s.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Okay.
Yeah. So like they were like, so they're like, if you want to enter EU, anybody who wants to, you got to fix their house from the war. They're like, okay, cool. They didn't do the outside siding. Granted, it was made out of brick, not like fucking paper like the houses are here. Fuck this bullshit. But so and
Cheaply
that
made.
they never collected electricity, and also they never connected water. We used to have a big old like a reservoir right behind the house. We're not sure if somebody threw a grenade in there or not during the war,
shit.
just to fuck with it, right?
And plus up the water.
Yeah, well, no, there's just whatever. You got people. During wartime, you gotta have your fun somehow, and so he probably just fucking. So if
That's crazy.
we're not 100% sure if that was happening, if that happened, and if it did, we're not sure what the damage is on the inside of the big tank thing.
Oh my god.
So like if it's messed up, what?
No, nothing. Go ahead.
So like if it's messed up, like that's like another like 20-30 grand we gotta fix the water system. Then it's like another probably 10 grand at least to get electricity.
And y'all
then
gotta
do
pay
the
for
siding.
that?
Yeah. So they did sure they did a bulk of the work, but like that still leaves us like with a third at least or more
Yeah.
to fucking pay for it to get it fixed up. And so I don't know, they're thinking about selling it. I'm like, I kind of want it for a very vain reason. There's gates on the property that have my initials on them, which also my grandfather.
Nice. So
I'm
it's like history with it.
Yeah, so I'm like, I really just want it just because there's a gate with my fucking initials on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You marked it. That's yours.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you need that.
Yeah.
Like,
Grandpa did, but it's mine.
Yeah.
No,
That's smart.
your story reminded me of a story from like Mel Brooks. He was saying that he went to war during World War II, and he was somewhere in France, but they were kind of having some free time, so it was just him and like 3 of his friends just kind of hanging out, and then they decided to do some target practice, and they were shooting these big white towers that were made of like ceramic or something. So they shot it and they broke it. And so then they made their way back to see their captain or whatever. And they were like, when they got there, they were like panicking. They're like, hey, someone was shooting over there. It's like they took out all our telecommunications. It's like, we need somebody to go check it out. And they're like, they just volunteered. They're like, we'll go. Because they knew they were the ones that shot it.
I would have did it too. I would have did that too. I would have been like, I'll go. See what that fuck that shit about.
No, right. See who fucked up our stuff. That's funny. Oh my god. That's fucked.
What's the scariest thing you ever did?
Yeah, facts.
Adrenaline junkie, scary shit.
I do go ATV riding ATVs like every now and then with the family.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go and just there's a park that's huge and it has like different environments you could go into. But one of them is kind of like a canyon because you'll go to a section where there's a little bit of path, but then there's like just steep drops.
Oh, whoa.
And so we were going there like one time, and I got kind of separated from them. They kind of went up ahead, and I stayed back. And I guess I turned the wrong way, and so I kind of lost them. So I just kept driving, and eventually ended up where there's like nothing but white rocks, but they have like giant drops all in between it. And I was like, I have to figure out how to turn back around and like you barely have room to move. So one of the wheels like not even on the rocks anymore. And I'm like trying to get the motorcycle to like go that way. And they start slipping. So I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like slipping to the side. And I'm like just trying to turn it. But luckily I managed to turn it. But you get that adrenaline rush just from like from almost falling.
You feel your shit slaying backwards. You're like fuck.
Yeah, just revving the fuck out that thing, trying to climb up. That's crazy.
And whenever I was like in high school, like we had an ATV for a little bit, and we used to live like on acre lots, but only one neighbor had like an actual fence, so you basically could go into like everybody else's
shit. Yeah.
But I was riding an ATV then. And like we had like a sprinkler system, so it was like just the grass was still wet, and if you like revved up like near it, you could just skid around. And I was doing that outside, and it just ended up like almost flipping the ATV. So I was like on two wheels, and I was trying to kick it back, like get it back over here, but I was going so fast that I just couldn't like even get hit hard enough. Yeah, I couldn't even kick hard enough and I was like about to go straight into like the garage. So I ended up doing that. I was like, I guess I'll just let it drop.
That's some Simpsons ass shit.
That was the best decision you could have had.
So I just let it go, and like I hit the ground really hard. Like I got the air knocked out of me, and it just hit like from my thigh up to my hips, and then just up here on my shoulder. So I ended up kind of hitting and kind of rolling. And like the ATV just ended up going off like to another neighbor's house, and then hit nothing. It just like stopped on its own.
Oh, so you saved the garage and the ATV. Nice.
Man,
and, like,
that's a blessing right there.
And like the only people who saw me like just hit the ground and just jump off was my brother and like my cousin, and they were like little kids at that time.
They thought you were the most badass person ever from that too, probably.
No, they wouldn't have got my mom because they just saw me like fall. And like. Whenever I got up, I was like, I tried to immediately stand up, and I could stand up. I was like, oh, like I realized how hard I hit. I was like, oh, so I just like forced myself up. It took me like a moment. I had to like kind of walk it off, and like a couple days later, like it just had like yellow bruising. So a couple days later, it just turned purple, and I was like, purple.
I was gonna ask, like, you hadn't been beaten, and that's crazy.
Fuck, that's crazy. It could have ended up worse. That's a crazy.
Nah, for real.
God damn.
Shit, man. This podcast went everywhere, but that was a good one.
I mean, after that, like, I haven't been like too outgoing with the ATVs, like, except whenever we go up to like these different territories, like where they have like really rocky environments or really steep hills. Sometimes you don't even know if you're it makes it up, but I'm always surprised at how steep you could go with the ATV.
Yeah,
because it's almost like going up this steep.
Almost like a 90-degree almost.
I love four wheelers. I grew up like as a kid with a four wheeler. My grandma got me one, like a mini.
Nice.
I was going crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's major.
What do you usually like? Do you have a place you go to usually, or is it just like in your backyard and shit?
Now I don't really do it right now. The last time I did it was like last year. I went to a meeting with one of my friends, and this guy had a whole bunch of four wheelers, and like had just like land around the house. So I just like playing with it. So it made me feel like a kid for a second. But I really don't do it more now. But when I get back on there, I'm gonna be heavy because I love it. Four wheelers just give me the comfort. Like it's not a motorcycle. But like it is, but with four wheels, it just look cool to me.
Yeah, I feel like
you get a little more stable on it, so
you know. Say more stable.
Yeah, exactly. So
honestly, I really like the four wheelers over like the razors because have you seen the little like almost like they're like the modern buggies.
Oh, I see.
But they're very sports looking, like really angular
with the bars around them.
Yeah, they're just like big go karts.
Oh yeah, okay.
They'll go off road with those, and there's some that are like two people, and some up to 4.
We should rinse them and do it for a video.
They're called like
should.
Razors and Mavericks, but they'll take them out to the same places as the ATVs.
Mhm.
And there's some people who modify it to where they're like maybe 10 feet tall,
Jeez.
and they'll go deep into like the water, and you just and sometimes you only see the roof, and like these guys are like up to the roof, so you know it's like 12 feet deep where they're at.
That's crazy.
That's actually cool as hell.
I didn't know you could do that. That makes sense that you could. That's wild.
So wait, are they sitting at the roof or are they in the water?
Like they're in the water because all you see is the roof.
Oh.
So you'll see them like start popping out like
They like
the further they go.
They in bikini bottom.
every,
They go crazy.
every now and then you'll see somebody get stuck. Like they
Oh,
just won't
shit.
make it out. And you're like, oh,
They
you just
won't make
you
it
just see
out.
the roof and you'll see them like start like swimming out.
Ah, shit. There was like some kind of similar, but I guess it's just like a big redneck thing where it's like they do these big trucks trying to get through like this muddy thing, and so like,
Oh,
they're all
like
just
mud bogging kind
that it's fucking crazy. The reason I found out about it because I was watching Rich Rebuilds on YouTube, and like he bought this thing called like a Sherp, something like that. It's fucking. It's this thing where literally the tires get inflated by the exhaust of the thing, and so you can control the pressure of it by how much exhaust you put in it, and that thing's insane.
Damn.
Like that thing can fucking float on water because it can float the things. It's an all-terrain vehicle. Period. It's crazy.
Huh.
It's like a small weird-looking buggy,
It's
but
like
it's
a-
fucking nuts.
A boatmobile for
Yeah,
real.
basically, bro.
That's crazy.
Basically, it's fucking crazy. It's nuts. I was like, if they weren't like, I forgot how much you paid for it, but if they
Too
weren't
much.
like probty over a million.
I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
gotta be a
Yeah.
pretty
But for
penny.
real, the ATVs are a lot more fun than using those big go karts. Only because you could go in the water. There's nothing between you and like whatever you're going through.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're up in the water where it's coming up to your waist while you're sitting on the board, just like.
Yeah.
This just sounds sketch to me. like I just feel like the water gonna mess up the engine or something.
Yeah.
Even though
Well,
like I know it
It just goes
made
against.
for it, but
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Usually it won't, just because it's made for you. Or sometimes you just go into it so fast you come back out.
Yeah.
But every now and then you'll see some people who modify theirs and have the exhaust at the top, so nothing gets into the engine.
Oh,
Yeah. That's why you see the trucks. They have like the exhaust up top.
that makes
'Cause they
sense.
have-
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never thought about that either. That makes too much sense.
Yeah, because like they'll seal everything from the bottom. Yeah, it's nuts. But I've seen I think like it was kind of stupid. Like I think the highest water I've seen is like going like right above my tires, and I'm so lucky my car didn't get fucked. Like oh my god, like I cannot believe that my car survived that. It was I was going to UTA one day. It was like raining super hard, and because the cars were going like the street flooded, and because the cars were going, it's creating waves. So waves higher and higher and higher. I'm like. Fuck no!
Yeah.
Like the wave gets higher and higher. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna fuck up my car.
That shit
Luckily,
get to
dude.
the engine. It's over.
Yeah.
Nah, for real, just a little bit of water, done for.
Yeah, fuck.
Damn, man, crazy.
Yeah. And then you gotta spend all this money.
Yeah, right, and then get it fixed up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's shit bagged.
I'm checking the time real quick. What's the battery life? Oh, well, I guess we don't have battery, but what's the camera's battery?
Oh yeah, right. Because we found the. Oh, bro. So for the longest time, that little recorder thing, I don't know how the fuck we lost it, but we lost the power cord. And Manuel just found it today. I think it's been lost for like weeks.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
How the
Perfect
fuck-
timing.
Where the
for
fuck did we
real.
find
And
it?
it was in the old podcast room because I knew it was gonna be there because that's the last time we recorded.
It only makes
So
sense.
we made like one episode that was back in December. Like that we did the
Okay.
Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I was watching some of that actually, the Christmas episode.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He said, "I'm sorry."
That one's funny. That one is pretty funny.
That was our last one in the old studio.
Oh. I was about to say, if the gun's here, I'm shooting straight at you. Because he got me right in my, it would have been eyeball if I wasn't wearing glasses with that Nerf gun. That was hilarious. It was super funny. Another one you should watch if you want to watch people suffer. We did the chip challenge. We did a whole episode with the one chip challenge. That was
the hot-ass
so
little
hard.
chips?
Yeah.
Oh my
It
god, how was that?
So difficult, man. So when I did the 2020 by myself, which was easy. The 2021. That wrecked me, man. Because like and after the podcast, I was puking my guts out in Manuel's bathroom,
Oh,
dying.
dude, I believe it. Like
But
how hot is it?
it's
Like
very hot. It's
Like it gives you an estimate where it says it's about 2.5. So it's from 2 million to 2.5 on the Scoville scale.
yeah. It's and it's nuts. It's a whole chip fucking coated in this shit, and so you're just there like dying, like, oh my god, like how long can you?
Dude, that looks so gross because it's black. It's like a black chip,
it's like ghost pepper,
black powder.
Yeah,
it has like ghost pepper or Carolina Reaper or something like that.
It's
turn you
rough.
to a ghost.
It's rough, man.
That shit.
Yeah, so,
he took it and he's like no reaction. He like went through it like nothing. And then later on, he's like, "It got me later." He's like,
you had to be on the toilet, bro. You had to be on the toilet. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know that just tore up your insides.
The only one who had like an immediate reaction was Milos, and then my brother was on it too. My brother had no reaction, but I was driving back home, and then he's like, "You gotta pull over. You gotta pull over." So I pulled over into a Brahms, and he just immediately went and puked.
Oh my god!
Oh, but that was rough though, because it puke coming out, all the spicy shit coming back through your mouth and through your nose. That was so bad. That was so bad.
That's shitbag. That's shitbag as fuck.
That was so bad. But so we haven't done the 2022 one for last year yet.
Yeah, we haven't done it again.
So we gotta find it again and do it again.
Yeah, you gotta invite us back when y'all try some shit like that.
Maybe not the super hot chip for me. My stomach gonna regret that.
that.
So like, quick info. I have Crohn's disease, and so like,
shit.
man,
Yeah.
I eat a spicy chip like that. Boy, I'm shit bagged. Yeah, I'm shit bagged for real. Like,
so definitely not having you for that. Yeah, you can be the moderator for that one.
Yeah, I'll be like, y'all doing good? Y'all doing good? I'll be cheering everybody on. And that actually, like, speaking of like my Crohn's and shit, it's crazy, bro. Because like, I had just had like a really terrible flare up like in the beginning of December, to where like it was looking like I wasn't gonna be able to go on tour like December throughout all of January. And so it's just a major blessing that like thanking the Lord and thanking the doctors who got me, you know what I'm saying, tip-topped up a little bit. So
When did you find out you had it?
honestly, bro, I found out I had Crohn's when I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
Which is very young to like find out like something like that, because typically like it comes when you're a little older. And then for the longest, I was just going through different like insurance things and just different shit with my family, whatever, to where like I was unmedicated from like when I was 18 until about now, until now. And I'm 25, about to be 26.
Yeah, I mean, that shit's like super fucking hard. I know one of the people one of Yu-Gi-Oh people I watched on YouTube, like he did a big fundraiser, raising up, I think like $30,000-$40,000 for like the Crohn's Colitis Foundation.
Oh, that's lit.
And like he was talking about how like, because he was also diagnosed very young, like a kid, like as a kid like you. He's saying like it was super hard because your friends are eating all this like shit and all that, and you can't touch any of it. And it's just like at some points he was saying like he would just cave, like go out with his friends and eat, and then just suffer for it afterwards. I was wondering, like, did you have to deal with stuff like that?
Oh yeah, bro, all the time. Even still to this day, like, but I've been taking a lot better like care of myself as of recently, because like, man, it was to the point where like I'm like, bro, like I would have been OD'd. Like I was not even supposed to be here, like, because I wasn't taking care of myself. Like, and so now like I've been really like strict on that, to where it's like, you know what, like I feel like also nowadays like people are pretty understanding. Like I feel like back when we were like younger, like peer pressure was a giant thing. Where it's like they'd be like, oh, like you're being a pussy, like like fuck it, eat this anyways or whatever, And then like now it's just like, bro, I cut out all beef and like pork and all that stuff, like in like. And it's been dope because like I actually been like inspiring like him and like some other homies to just like cut that shit out of their diet too, and like actually makes like a world of a difference to your body, like. And so, but yeah, moral is that I did have to deal with that shit, like people being like, and then me just caving and then suffering later, like. And then it's annoying too, because everyone's like, you're always on the toilet, and it's like, well, shit, man.
Shit,
like,
I'm fucking dying.
Like if y'all, what I'm saying, if I didn't eat the shit y'all was eating, like I would've been green, but instead I'm in the red light.
More to the story, kids, take care of your body young. For sure.
When I was younger, I did some really dumb shit with my knees. Like my knees are fucked because I was stupid.
Catches up with you.
I remember one day specifically, like, I had like a big old straight leg cast that I basically couldn't move my knee. I was supposed to, not a cast, like a whatchamacallit.
Yeah, like a knee brace or something.
Yeah,
like a wrap.
Like a brace. Yeah, that would keep my legs straight. And so my friends were like, hey, let's go see. He's like, this dude's mom's gonna drop us off. Okay, cool. Only when I get there, I find out, we're gonna have to be walking back. So I'm like walking back like fucking like 7-8 miles, like on my busted knee.
Almost like Patrick Star.
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
Nah, if that would have happened to Connor, he would have been talking shit the whole way.
Oh yeah, nah, I definitely would have. I would just ordered a damn Uber or something. I'm gonna call the taxi.
Wait. One of my friends recently actually tore his ligament, like his whole ligaments in his knee playing football. Jordan.
Jesus.
Yeah, and he in medical school right now, so he got it all fixed, or he getting it all fixed. But that same night he did that, he went to the club with us.
Oh my
Like,
god!
like, bro,
Wow.
like
Dedication.
what?
There was
Bruh.
a day Milos was feeling mischievous, and so he went to kick someone's chair and ended up like messing his knee up.
So, wait, what are you talking about?
Who were you trying to kick? You were kicking their chair or something. You wanted to mess with them, and just ended
Wait,
up
what are
screwing
you
up
talking
your
about?
knee.
Are you talking about? Oh yeah. So, my history of knee injuries is hilarious. I slipped and fell 3 times in one spot trying to get up from it because it was wet, and the third time's a charm. You know,
Oh,
man.
I ended up fracturing, dislocating my kneecap. Right?
Oh,
so
man.
bad. Right? And then about a year after, not healed properly, I was out on the ice. I would walk around
I was
because
gonna say
I'm
it had to be
stupid.
nice.
Busted my right knee, right? And so about a year after that, you know, obviously, so I was leaning more on my left one now because the right one was fucked up, and the left one never healed properly. We're at this party. I'm drunk as fuck. I'm leaving. I'm like, whatever, you know, leaving the party drunk is always because I'm an idiot. My friend has his legs up on a table, right? And I'm gonna high five his foot with my foot because that's what I want to do. And me being my fat ass and having a really bad knee, my knee's like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. So, but my knee fucking buckles, my ankle fucking buckles, my left knee is fucked again.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm an idiot when it comes to knee injuries. Like I am a fucking dumbass.
The knees
my
are
God,
Indian.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
Nah,
For real.
I
Put
have
that
bad
as
knees
YouTube
too.
short. My bad knee history.
Yeah, I
Even my
definitely-
knees started hurting with that story.
Yeah.
Rubbing my knees, like shit. No, I feel you on the bad knees though, man, because like I have arthritis in my knees and ankles like already.
Man,
Like
what the fuck is why?
it's that Crohn's disease, man.
Fuck,
It just kills your body. It's crazy.
God.
And so like it was actually like it was funny. Like the other week, like I was like getting up to just go like throw away like a water bottle or some shit, and like he almost watched me damn near topple on the ground because my knee just went like buckled. And I was like, oh shit, and like I had to like catch myself in a chair and like just hold on for a second. So I feel you on the bad knees, bro. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Well, see, the thing is, your shit isn't fair. My shit is because I'm a fucking fat dumbass. Your shit is just health condition, which is not. So the universe has been shit to you. I've just fucked myself because I'm an idiot. And I'm sorry, homie.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, homie.
Fuck.
Nah, man.
Like, mine's me. Yours is just universe saying, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
I feel like
Shit.
everybody gotta go through a knee injury one time in their life.
Nah, for real. Something.
Everybody go through something.
I had
And
3, so I made up for other people.
Yeah.
I made up for your knees being fine.
mine's actually I heard them like in 6th grade because I was playing on football, but I was going against older kids because like I was bigger than everybody my age, and so I was a running back, so they were just hitting my knees, hitting my knees, and my knee ended up getting flared. I had to quit for like a year.
Shit.
But that's as far as it got, because after that I was pretty good with it because that 1 year it got me.
Yeah.
So hopefully it don't never come back again.
Nah, for real.
As soon as I said
OD.
that, knock on wood.
Nah, for real. Knock on wood as fuck. So
Hey,
go ahead.
No, well, I was gonna bring it back to the music. I was like, what would usually be your process whenever you like, from like getting inspired to actually writing and then the recording?
So fun fact, I actually like don't write any of my music. I like you can call it freestyling, but it's more like punching in. But sometimes, you know, I'll freestyle like a whole thing, just be like, oh shit, yeah, we're gonna use that. So like really I just kind of punch in. What I like to do is like, see, I lost like my like want to sit and like write out songs and stuff because sometimes I'll still write some like few lines down like and come back, maybe use them later, but like I stopped writing just like full things because in my head I can never like get the exact like beat or the exact like production like feel that I would want in my brain, and I'm really bad at sometimes like describing like to somebody how I'd want it to sound. And so I really just like to go in and like catch a vibe on how the beat feels, see how that's like feeling, just like what it's kind of making me even feel. And then from there, I usually just like go in and I like to do like a whole take of like, I'll play it, run it the whole time, and I'll just like mumble like things and ideas. Sometimes I'll be spitting actual words and like doing things of that nature. And then I'll go back, I'll listen to it, and I'll be like, ooh, I really like that melody. And then I'll kind of like piece some words to like what maybe the mumble would sound like, you know? And then just kind of punch in and go from there. And then really, shout out to Jay Spinna again. He really helps me like how to actually format certain things and like get it to like, you know, sound proper. And so yeah, it's kind of like really my process is just a lot of punching in and just really just feeling it out first rather than like going in with like, I guess, an expectation. And
Explain
then like,
to them what punching in is.
so like punching in, like what it like, like how I would describe it is like literally, let's say there's a beat playing right now and then I'm like da 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 da, or I sing something and I'm like, okay, stop, and then like we'll stop it and then do the next thing. So then we'll like play it and then that part plays and I'll be like ba ba da ba da, and then like say whatever else next, and then stop it and then go again. So it's just like you're just punching in like just as you go.
Gotcha, yeah.
Because I see musicians who sometimes when they're more vocal, like they actually sing the songs, they'll sing it and do multiple takes, but start cutting up the takes. And they're like, I like how it sounds on this one with this first take. And they'll just cut it. Yeah,
accompanying the vocals. Yep. Yeah, so that's kind of like my process really is just like that. And like, honestly, pretty much I think the same for him too. Like from like just our experience and how we like even collaborate sometimes too. Like we'll just do punch-ins and then like, I don't know, just all depends on the vibe too, man. It also depends on like your engineer too. Like sometimes you can't do like punch-ins because the engineer is just not as like capable of like understanding what's going on, or they're just not on the same like wavelength frequency as you. And so
it takes a good engineer to do that.
It does. It really does. So and like it's I don't know, just all is like a vibe thing for me. Like just all energy and vibes. Like that's I mean, I know it sounds probably so dumb, but like at the same time it's very like it's just very truthful in how I make my music. It's just all energy and vibes. Like it's just whatever I feel like I need to get out at that time, I'm gonna get it out. Or sometimes I'll tap into a bag where I'm like maybe not even speaking about situations of myself. Like I'll like you know, have some friends tell me some things that they go through, whatever, and then I'll like try to incorporate that into the music as well. So that way, like how I was saying earlier, I like to try and make something for everybody. So that way, you know, there's because obviously like you know I'm thanking God that I don't have to go through some of the things that some people have gone through, you know, and like just certain aspects of that. And so I still want to be able to have a connection to those people to where like they can, you know, just relate some more and be like, oh damn, like the way you articulated that is just like so like beautiful and just like, I don't know. But yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, your process is about the same or?
Mine's the same. The only thing, it's pretty much the same. I write down whenever I feel. Sometimes mine's come, at like 6 o'clock in the morning, wake up and like write down a quick line or something like that. And then when I get to the music, it'll just come out just off that one line. If something happened in my life and I feel some type of way about it, like I don't really have to write about it because it's heavy on my mind already. So I know what I want to say. But it depends because me and Connor, when we record together, we record kind of different. Like we do it even faster with each other, to be honest. If we do freestyle the whole thing, it'd probably be with each other. Because it's just like we just push each other to that type of vibe.
Thanks.
There's been times when we would be woke up out of sleeps and did songs. Just there.
Hey, man, you got to do it when inspiration hits you, man.
Nah,
like,
literally.
Yeah.
Because like there's even a few songs that like I have released actually on this project called Scared to Love, which ironically enough I actually recorded that whole entire thing in one day. And then and there's some songs I never released too, but like he was with me for some of them, and like he was literally like passing out next to me, and I let him sleep for a second. I did my verse real quick, just like knocked him, I was like, hey, you still want to record? And then he pry his eyes open and be like, and then just hit the sting real quick, and then just
go. Because I feel like music should just be like we try to keep it as far as real life as possible. Mm-hmm. So if you talk about what you're going through in real life, it can automatically relate to anybody else because everybody go through the same things, but in different forms. Yeah. So
very true. Very true. Yeah. How long y'all been doing this? Like the pod and everything? Like, you know, like
the pod, we started in late 2020. Mm-hmm. So we started putting it more together like 2020 because there was nothing you could do, nothing to really do, right?
Yeah.
So and then we started recording probably somewhat consistently in 2021. Mm-hmm. And then last year we kind of stopped for a little bit because we had no AC. So we only did like maybe at the beginning of the year, did a couple episodes and then stopped like in March.
Your eyeball itch was crazy. You actually like touched your whole eyeball. Like I was like, oh shit, he's rubbing his eye.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
No, that was cool. I was like, whoa, like, unfazed.
Like never see someone scratch their eye.
Yeah, like their eye.
I actually, I do that a lot. It's fine.
I was like,
probably why I'm blind.
He said it's fine.
Yeah, but
he's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh wait, I can't see it. I'm kidding.
It's like move along.
But no, he's right, bro. Like it was fucking like we would start cooking in there. There was one specific episode I remember with Tim. Oh my god, bro! Like Tim Meadows. Like we were like this dude's so much fun to talk to, but we could not get more than 30 minutes because holy shit, like we were drenched. How bad it was during the summer.
Oh man,
because that room had no insulation, and we couldn't run the AC because the AC was too loud. And then after that, the AC actually because Manuel's dad that was like Manuel's house and like Manuel built this like. His dad ended up selling the AC unit to like one of his tenants at another property because their AC went out. So we were like now completely out of AC. We couldn't even fucking run the AC. There was no insulation. So we're like, man, you're building a house. Do you want to build us a studio too? He's like, all right, chip in, we got it. And you know, we got this built.
Nah, that's a blessing.
Really nice.
Yeah, that's a real blessing.
For
and
real.
then it just took us some time to get this finished because we were waiting on power. Then we were waiting on different things.
Yeah, contractors. Manuel was trying. I mean. He was just trying to do stuff, for cheap as much as he could, which 100% understandable. We weren't going to rush him on it because it's like, well, he's doing us a favor by doing this, giving us a space behind his house. Granted, sure, we were chipping in a little bit here and there, but like most of it came from him. And so we're like, I'm not going to rush the guy. Like he's 100% doing all this for us. Mm-hmm. So no matter what happens, like it was all on his time. And, we did get it done eventually, which is great. Mm-hmm. It just, like I said, there were setbacks because of contractors and other reasons. Which is fine.
Yeah. And it was a weird time, like during that time frame, like how we were talking about earlier, like the time paradox that I feel like we all in, like when there, I mean, at that time, like like there's a supply shortage on stuff. There still is to this day. Like there's just like all sorts of different factors that like can alter like the time of like having something like this built, which is beautiful, man.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
And like it really is an honor to be on here, y'all. So
honestly,
I really appreciate that
shit.
Really appreciate that.
You don't know how much it means to us, man. Thank you so much.
Outside of the podcast, like we were always doing like video production, and then like so we keep our like day jobs and then like freelance doing like video work, and so it always varied whatever we're doing. For a while, I like stopped wanting to do a lot of like these like different video jobs, like for be it like for events or commercials. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh man, I want to focus more on like actual projects, like narrative projects I want to do myself.
Mm-hmm. Is it the camera telling us?
That's the fucking piece of shit. Why you should have just thrown it out. I think your camera's turning on and off because the battery's low, right? Is that what I'm seeing?
No, I think it just started like recording again for some reason.
Why does it keep recording? Whatever.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. My bad, man. My bad. So, quick question for you then. I cut you off. Sorry. What projects that you've been working on? You said.
Well, I want to do like an actual feature film, so that's what I want to go into, like actually making a movie. And so I like put everything else aside, and I'm like, let me just focus on this, and then like also putting like the prioritizing the podcast a little bit more. So I'm like, instead of doing all these like freelance things, let's just focus on doing content for the podcast, and then we could still experiment and do stuff while doing like shorts or like experimenting using different styles or whatever we want to do by making shorts that are tied back into the podcast.
Yeah, that's dope.
But we're still like on the starting phase of it. We just barely got this going, and then we want to do the green screen stuff too. So eventually
this is fire. This is like you starting for this is y'all doing good, like for real.
Yeah. So I mean, from my end, I ended up getting a new job here recently. Well, actually, like in the beginning of 2021, 2022. Sorry. And yeah, you're right. It's fucking time paradox.
I'm just telling you.
So it's like with that, before that, so like 2021, we were also more consistent because I was more available, during that job, going especially through the 6 months of training, which was hell. I was almost completely unavailable, and even now with the job, like it's harder to get me available just because of what it is. Yeah. But one of the good thing it did in my eyes is like now I'm more financially available, so we were able to get that more gear because like a bunch of us here on the podcast actually ended up getting better gigs. So now we can actually pitch in more for everything,
right?
The gear and everything.
Yeah,
so,
make it a bigger.
Yeah. So part of that was so that was kind of I guess the trade off was like now I have a little bit less time to be on here, but I'm able to contribute more to like the things that are actually being done.
congrats on that too, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
for real.
Yeah, it's really great to be able to.
That's a blessing for real.
No, like deadass. That's
It
awesome.
is.
Like,
It is.
congrats on
I
that,
keep
bro.
this as my passion because that job I have no passion for.
Yeah. I feel that,
Man,
Office jobs, man.
Really,
don't do
are
it.
you supposed to?
Right.
If you love what you do, man, eventually, the goal is maybe do something on the media side that I can leave an office job for down the line.
Yeah,
Always,
and it
hopefully.
will. It will.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it definitely will.
Consistency is key for sure.
Yeah, and especially like just like how the type of grind y'all got. Like I know like we all just kind of briefly meeting each other and stuff, but like just the grind that y'all got, I could tell like off the rip and the strength, like y'all got that shit.
Y'all
like,
seem pretty genuine and like real connected, like with each other. So that's all y'all need for real.
and y'all got experience under y'all's belt.
Yeah.
Like so like y'all doing the damn thing outside in, y'all are doing it. Like
For
so
real.
like really congrats to y'all, man. Like
Yeah,
that's
for real.
awesome.
Thanks, man.
It gave me some similarities to our group, like
Yeah.
type of thing. Y'all together and y'all doing y'all thing for real.
Yeah, you got to find the people who motivate you to keep on going and keep on doing stuff,
Yeah.
and we think we found a decent group here, man.
Mhm.
Like it's kind of cool. One thing that I'm just a little bit mad about is this dude, he's really good on camera, but he doesn't want to be on the podcast that much. He's been on a couple podcasts. Every podcast you've been on has been a fucking masterpiece, man. You're really good on the mic. I know you don't think so,
Oh,
but you are
man.
really good on the mic.
Man, whatever. You the magic right there.
Hey,
Sometimes it's just time constraints, but we
People
try
don't
and
see
get
it before
everybody.
you see it.
We've been rotating people here and there, or
Yeah.
like doing different things.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
good at it, people gonna see it in you before you see it in yourself.
Facts
Absolutely.
though. Major facts.
Absolutely. The next guest I have on, I want specifically you on it if you want to be on.
Shoot. All right.
Not if you want
got
it.
to.
You said you have to be on it.
You
You
have to.
have to be on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be a part of it.
Like, so you've got me, like, I'll ask sometimes, I'll try to ask questions that kind of make sense for the thing, and I'll just throw in a topic out of fucking nowhere. He's focused. He's super focused. So, like, any question he asks, like, it's usually like, fuck, I wish I would have fucking thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Adrian, bro, like, you've got it and you lead a podcast. Now that I said that, motherfucker's going to leave us, start his own podcast, and be more successful than ever on shit.
I'm dead.
No, you know what I like about the podcast is usually we try and develop a conversation. So we don't really plan anything out other than like maybe ask a couple like introductory questions and then like see how it naturally forms. Like see if the conversation naturally forms.
I think that's the best way to do it. Because
Yeah.
like when things are too scripted sometimes, it just becomes a little too cookie cutter, I feel like. And then it's
Yeah.
like, and then, your conversation wraps up in like 15 to 20 minutes. Because it's just like, okay, hit these bullet points. And sometimes it also depends on like who you're like interviewing or talking to. Also, like, can they actually hold a conversation? Or, you feel like, so what do you do? And then like, for example, when you ask me, what do I do? I'd just be like, I make music. And then I leave you with that. Like, then it's like, well, okay, thanks for nothing. Like,
It also helps, like, if there's a chance for you to meet the people beforehand, just a little bit chat. So that's why I feel like at the beginning of this podcast, that was kind of a little bit rough with me and y'all because I have never talked to y'all before. So my energy with y'all wasn't matching exactly. But I think as the conversation kept on going, as you're right, like we kind of matched and we started talking about anything and everything.
No, for real.
And that's why I like doing this podcast because of that, because we do hit on the important stuff, like we talked about your music and stuff, but then we also went out fucking wrestling, fucking
Pokemon,
exactly, everything,
like all the cool shit, like
and
that stuff I like.
Yeah, and I feel like I prefer listening to podcasts like that too.
Same.
Because you're like yeah, cool, like we know who this guy is. Like you've probably talked about your fucking music shit a million times, and I want to hit on that for people who don't know you, but the people who do know you, they're here for all the other fun stuff.
Yes, all the other,
for
exactly.
real.
I forgot who it was that we had on, but they asked us, "What's your process?" Is like, as far as like looking for guests, I'm like, we bring anyone on. Sometimes the other person, nobody else other than the person that invites them knows who they are.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone's just meeting this person, and it's a surprise guest for them.
Yeah.
That's how it was today. Even.
Nice vibe, yeah, for real.
Which, like, once again, I really do appreciate y'all having me and Barii on here.
No,
Like, that
man, we
shit-
appreciate
I
y'all
wasn't
coming
even
on. Thank
expecting
y'all
to
so
go on.
much.
Nah, like
Yeah.
We
that
just
shit
need to get
means the world.
Bari's like all his links and stuff so we can put them on, and then we'll
No, I
like put
appreciate you, man.
your flow chart too.
I
so
appreciate
people can
that.
see your
Yeah,
stuff.
man, I
appreciate you
appreciate
for
that.
real.
I still want to keep talking to y'all. Man, please go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bladder is literally pushing
Go,
pee.
go, go, go,
Like,
go.
I never do this.
It's right behind Goku.
Yeah.
And I never am like, yo, let me leave mid-conversation and pee. But, like,
Nah, bro. Hey, George left the conversation earlier. You're allowed to dip. The house dips, you can dip.
That creates the energy for real. People leaving and coming back.
Yeah. Shit, how long have y'all known each other then?
2016. So
Damn. Yeah, that's like 7 years, man.
yeah, going almost 10. Yeah, almost 10 years. 3 years to be 10.
Shit,
Yeah.
don't say that, man. They're making you feel extra old.
Yeah, only thing with him, me and Connor actually went to the same school, but he graduated before me. Only reason why I know him is because a mutual friend, like I said earlier, Adrian, and I was one of them kids. I was rapping on the like bus and stuff like that, like in the back, and like my friend came to him and apparently he was like, yeah, he don't have any sound, but he can rap. Like he don't know what he doing, but he know what he doing, like type of thing. Yeah. And so like once I linked in with Connor and like I got introduced to like recording my voice and stuff like that, I kind of dabbled in it, but I was really interested in making beats. That man was not playing. That man was not playing, man.
I believe in this. That's fucking hilarious.
It's the silence. The silence is perfect.
Earlier, I was starting to put like foam panels on the door too.
Everybody needs it. You gotta do something. Oh man, that's just, funny, I'm just glad I wasn't in there after a night of talking because you.
For real, man.
Jesus.
For real.
We're leaving all that in.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear? Would y'all hear that through the thing?
Just barely.
I'm sure we would. Yeah.
Y'all gonna know exactly what it is.
Yeah, especially when you stopped out there for a second and he was going to party like, okay.
Oh man.
But yeah, so you guys said so you
Hey,
yeah.
Can you hear this? Because I was hearing all this earlier. It was like from way over.
Yeah, I can kind of hear
I
it.
can hear
You
it.
can't hear it.
That's not too bad.
But I think you hear it more over there because you're plugged into the Shogun and the camera. Oh, I thought just now.
Oh no! These microphones don't pick up that much, so
Yeah,
I'm
probably
pretty sure
because of this it helps.
I'm pretty sure like that earlier we'll hear like very little bit, not too much. 'Cause
noise
trust me,
canceling.
these are very good at canceling.
And earlier when you had the headphones on, I actually put like a mic on the camera, so I think that helps.
Yeah,
it picks up a lot more.
So this mic here is like only if we need to put it as you.
Fire.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hey, y'all could probably hear that.
Bro, you got a strong, healthy stream.
Strong, healthy.
When I tell you, I feel brand new. Like,
bro, we're fucking cracking up over it because we hear you like shit.
like y'all, like y'all. When I tell you, like that was pushing on my bladder, like for a minute. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, because you drink water in a prom.
Yeah. Staying hydrated and all that. Yeah, man. Y'all, brand new. Feel brand new.
So he was telling me like when y'all linked up, you were more like doing the actual the music side. He was doing more like the vocal side of it. Like, did I get that right? Yeah.
I was like making beats and stuff like that. And every time I came to him, I was like making a new beat. But then like, I had like a shift on like becoming an artist and stuff like that. And I used to record at his house like so many times.
So you were doing with the studio. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I took full advantage. I was like, man, it's so fun. It's just the consistency of it, seeing him do it, it became like something just like a part of my life.
So one thing I gotta ask, do y'all hide your earlier shit, or do y'all proudly have it posted somewhere?
I hide it.
I hid it. Yeah. Cause like the way like on SoundCloud I have some of my older stuff though still like, cause like SoundCloud you can like still you can scroll and like pick a song if you wanted to, but like on something like Spotify or like Apple Music or Pandora and things like that's like a more streaming wise, like actual streaming and like shuffle, cause like if you don't have a Spotify premium account, like all you can do is play a radio of the person, and so I didn't want people's first time ever hearing me or like hearing of me and then going to my page, and then if they don't have a premium membership of whatever streaming service they use and they just hit play, I didn't want something from 2016 to be the first thing that they hear when like it's like I have developed and like
it's more
upgraded my sound.
now.
Yeah, exactly. It's more like it's like the production value, just even like song content, things I'm talking about, like the wordplay, just everything is just obviously like way better nowadays than it was back in like 2016, 15.
Don't
when I
get
was
me
first
wrong,
dropping
you gonna hear
music.
something you hang around this though.
Yeah,
Like,
facts. Like, cause we love to play our old shit too, cause they're still really nice like songs.
Yeah.
But it's just like, to me, it's not the first thing that I want people to be introduced to as, cause it's just not that time anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
I got you. Yeah, I definitely
so-
understand that. Yeah, that's been like I know that's been kind of an issue with comics and shit. You know, when like it's like some stuff used to be acceptable, things was different.
Yeah.
And that now it's like, well, you know, if stuff was, you know, if they had the same materials before, maybe not
Yeah.
exactly 100% the best thing. So I get 100%
Yeah.
get that. For me, it's more like my work was garbage. Now it's less garbage. I'm like, well, I haven't really hit anything, but it's just like maybe made it a little bit harder to find.
yeah, exactly. That's why I still have some stuff on SoundCloud, because it's a little harder to find.
Yeah,
Like, versus
because like
just
if you have somebody who's a true fan, you want them to be actually still be able to find where you came from.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you want them to be introduced like you know now, because now to be like, this shit's fucking good, let's go here and there, and then that's like the deep rewards of like going in and finding in like shit.
Right.
Oh, this dude started here and here. That's one thing I actually kind of like too. Is I'm a big metalhead, right? So that's mostly what I listen to, and just trying to see like the progression of like the sound of these bands had. Where like this, some stuff so you can't find, like finding their EPs and shit. A lot of bands won't post that anymore.
Yeah.
And so you just got to go deep. They can see like where these guys started, how it was, like what were they called before, and all that. So just finding like where the fuck they came from, it's super nice to kind of be like, I feel like I discovered something of just it being like served in front of me, like you said.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's also really a nice thing.
Yeah, I went through a whole rebrand, and like my last name was called Pluto, but like I'm in a whole another rebrand where you probably wouldn't even find that shit unless like you know Connor and somebody type of thing. So
Yeah, because it was spelled different too. It was
Yeah.
PLT0. That was
Shit.
and then-
yeah.
Well, he just outed you. Fuck.
Yeah, so y'all look it up.
If you find it, you
PLT0.
find
Find the
it.
hidden gems. Find
Yeah,
it.
if you find it, you find it.
There was an episode of Atlanta where it's like about an artist who's like becomes a little underground, but he was real popular. So it's like a guy who's admired by other artists, and they go really deep into his stuff, and they find out that he passed away, but he left a secret album. Right?
Yeah,
And
I've
so-
seen that one.
Yeah, and they start going through a scavenger hunt by like listening to the lyrics until he ends up going to the actual like memorial for him.
Damn.
That was an interesting, like really interesting, like
Yeah,
episode.
I've seen that one. And he was like a hero to him or something like
Yeah.
that. And he was like the only dude at the funeral.
Oh.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
crazy.
fucking-
And the
that's
why-
fucking-
Yeah, because he made it into a scavenger hunt, so he
Yeah.
only wanted
Yeah.
real people at the
Yeah,
funeral.
real fans
Yeah.
and stuff. But it's funny because they had like a fake skeleton inside the inside the casket with like a hat that was tilted.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
But I mean that's one thing that kind of sucks. Like going through Spotify and shit, you find this band, you're like, oh my god, this is fucking cool, and then like you find out they broke up. I remember I was watching a video a couple of years ago. This guy was going through. I think it was this band called Crohn. They're out of France. They are a death metal band that's really like their stuff is fast and like it's pretty brutal. And so I kind of used that study music to kind of just tone the world out. So it was nice at that time. And then once I started looking more research, I'm like, they broke up. Another one recently, I always heard about this band. I never listened to them. They're called Iced Earth. I was like, because they were like part of like this German singer I listened to. Their vocalist and the guitarist from Iced Earth got together to make a new band, which was really sick. Then I found out I started listening to the guys, and then and I'll get to this another thing I wanted your opinions on after this is like, so they're the guitarist guy, he was involved in the January 6th bullshit where he actually went and he pepper sprayed some cops, got arrested, a fucking
shit.
dick, and so his band broke up. I was like, oof. So the question with that I got for y'all is, can y'all separate art from artist?
Can you separate art from artists?
Yeah.
Like meaning like okay, yeah, like based on like their actions or whatever they do.
like you like somebody's music, but they find out they're a total sack of shit.
Yeah.
Do you still listen
You're
to
like
their
you
music?
like the product, but not the person
Yeah.
who produced it.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Like it really just depends, I guess, on like what was done. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I don't know. Like for example, for me, it just really depends on like what. I guess it really all just depends on my own morals, I guess, right?
Of course, yeah.
But like, so like, for example, you know, if I hear some artist that, you know, I really enjoy their music, and let's say I hear that they're like, you know, like trigger word, I'm sorry, y'all, but like if they're like raping women or like,
Yeah.
you know, they're like doing something like very just, I don't know, to me, something that's not morally correct, then typically I'm not going to be a fan anymore in general, even though like, yes, I love their music and I wanted to, you know, I still would want to like enjoy the music, but just certain things I can't, like, it just depends. Like, but for the most part, I can separate it. Like something how you just described, like if they pepper sprayed a cop, like, I mean, like, come on.
Well, no, I mean, he was doing the whole January 6th protest shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I mean,
that,
like,
But
like,
still,
I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, I'd be able to separate that, like, you know.
At least
What's
that's
the
better
January
than
6th?
That's at least better than being
The insurrection at the
Yeah,
Capitol.
yeah, you know.
When they attacked the Capitol, like all these
Oh,
like MAGA
okay, okay.
protesters.
When they like tried to pinpoint it on like Trump or whatever.
Oh,
like that,
okay,
like, whole
okay.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dumb stuff. The people who went up there trying to attack the government.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what your opinion on that is, but still, like, even like at the end of the day, pepper spraying a cop, like bear spraying a motherfucker who's just trying to protect the peace.
I feel like personally, if I did that,
Right now, the big thing is like Kanye, and they're like, but he did graduation.
Yeah, like the Kanye stuff too. Like
that's
Okay.
because like he's come out to be like either he's completely mentally fucked or he's actually a shit person.
Yeah.
If he's mentally fucked, you know, sure, you know, but.
And that's actually a great example.
That's a great example.
Yeah, that's a great example of like separating like the person and the art. Like, because like I don't know, like I even like growing up, I wasn't too big of like a Kanye, like I didn't listen to too much of his music, but I still, there's certain songs that like like I love, like, you know, like Stronger, freaking like the basically like the big radio hits and things like that. Like, I'm not even gonna act like I'm like a giant Kanye fan or nothing, but like some of the stuff he does say as a person is kind of like whoa, but at the same time I also feel like people kind of take a lot of things out of context, like and he also doesn't articulate his words sometimes as well as he should. Like, for example, like that whole like Nazi thing that just went down, where he's like, where people were being like,
the Jews,
like in that, and like all that, like certain things like that, I can't really like get behind fully because it's like kind of reaching with that. But then at the same time, it's weird because like it sucks because it's like a dual-edged sword to a degree, because it's like if the things that he's saying weren't to somewhat degree sort of true, then like I don't think he would be as blacklisted on all social medias as like it was. I'm not saying that like he's correct, but I'm not saying that he's also wrong. Like I just like to be in the middle of shit all the time, because like I just like I don't want to be like, I don't know, I just don't like picking a side on certain things, you know, like I like to try to see things from every perspective and angle. So it's like, you know, certain things where it's like some situations are kind of proving themselves to be sort of like true is kind of like like interesting.
But so I mean, at the end of the day, like after all that, you would still listen to Kanye, right?
I say so. Like, I still listen to Donda and like Donda 2 and like like, you know, I get excited for like different things like that. Especially like I was really like excited because he had like XXX on there, you know, and like that's like really, that was very major because we haven't had like some X vocals come out in like some years now, and so like to have something like that come out was really cool. So I think that kind of warped me into certain things too, and like.
And I still, that band I was talking about, the January 6th stuff, I still listen to them. They're still, you know, even though like I don't agree with you know what the guy did, their music, their art was still.
I mean, that's happening right now with
Harry
the
Potter.
new video game. Yeah, Harry Potter.
Because like everybody's because everybody thinks, or I guess I don't know. I haven't looked too far into it. I know the people are thinking that the lady who wrote Harry Potter is a transphobe, right? And so
no, she said some wild stuff, but
that and also some other wild shit too.
But
sometimes you gotta keep your opinions to yourself.
But this lady, she's like, that's her mentality on it. But the game is kind of separate because you're at the same time she gets royalties from it, so that's what people are protesting, is that she's making money off of it. But also it's made by a whole other team of people to the point where they even put trans characters within the game, and they're like trying to promote it that way too. So they're like, oh no, it's a little bit of everything for everyone. But there's people who are like straight opposing the game no matter what, and they're like kind of bullying the people who are like streaming the game, and they have no involvement. They're like bullying these people, and there's some people that. Girl that's streaming that, she ended up like bursting into tears like
because people are just
they're
like,
just saying stuff to her
big to her about it.
I didn't even know that was a thing, like
me either,
because I know that the game just came out like like last week,
a couple days ago
even because I think it just came out. I'm like, what, Friday?
That's fast.
That's really fast. Yeah, because damn, that's only like a day.
What gets me about those people complaining, well, you give money, like it's. How long have y'all been on the fucking internet? Do you not know what goddamn piracy is?
Yeah.
Like, can you not know? If you don't want to pay for something, like,
Don't pay
Don't pay for it.
Yeah.
There were even
facts.
people
I mean, that's
trying to
absolutely support the artists, absolutely support shit like that. But
Yeah.
if
there
something
were
like this
people
happens-
trying to do kind of counter it by streaming it, but whatever money they made from it, they were donating to different charities.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
But
That's
even
cool.
then, they were still getting
Yeah,
shit
it's so
from
backlash
charities.
because there's people who it's the people really getting mad at it is, in my opinion, more of the type of people who are offended for others, right?
Ah,
And
yeah.
fuck, goddamn, we're getting I think too.
No,
Whatever.
but
I'm
No,
good for
it's-
it. I
we
like
can
these
talk
type
about
of
this
conver-
stuff
yeah,
all the
like, I like
time,
these type
for
of
real.
conversations. Like, I
Cause
think
Yeah.
it's
like
cool.
those people piss me off more than anything. Like, oh my god, why would you say that? And dude's like, I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah. But like there's like people that in our generation we've built people to not to say everybody don't have an opinion or shouldn't, but if everybody feels like they should have an opinion, where like sometimes you're not educated enough to even say what you're trying to say.
100%.
Facts.
Like,
And
100%.
a lot of that I think comes from social media too.
Yeah.
Like you know, as great as social media is for like, you know, connecting and like things of that nature, but I also feel like the world shouldn't be that connected. Like it's a dual sword, because like, right, like yes, connection's great. That's why we made phones and this that, but
Yeah.
like I feel like there's too many people that there's like too many like collective consciences that are like not actually coming together to be a collective. It's more like you just kind of see something and then you're like how you said, just kind of follow it and I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah.
Like I would just be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's wrong. Like instead of actually thinking for
Yeah.
themselves and like, you know, maybe analyzing it a bit
Yeah.
more, everyone just kind of like, people like to call it sheep, I guess, but like
Yeah.
they just kind of like, you know, they just
like the
group up.
Kanye thing is like, we can try to fight fire with fire, but like
Nah, man.
if
Like, just ignore it.
if you wrong,
With that shit,
if
just
Connor
ignore
wrong
it.
about something, I'm gonna try to educate my boy. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
we can have a real
versus-
conversation about it.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, though, like, a lot of people these days aren't willing to listen. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying, like,
Yeah, facts.
literally, like, it's super hard to argue with anybody anymore.
Yeah.
Just because people are so fucking, like, they're stuck in their echo chambers.
Yeah.
And so they'll be like, this is what I heard. I'm going to stick to this. No matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, no matter what, like, it's always like that. And it's, the social media has made it so much more annoying.
One of the craziest thing is like there's so much on the internet that you could go into something and just get all the misinformation of it and
Yep.
never
Yeah.
actually get the facts.
And feel
Yeah.
like it's facts though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And-
crazy.
You'll get them arguing with you. They're like, but I do my own research.
Sure.
I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
wait.
like, where'd you find this?
Oh,
Yeah.
Wikipedia?
I watched like one of the funniest videos recently, kind of regarding to that. They were talking about it was like a flat earther who accidentally proved the Earth is round. Because it was
That's
like,
crazy.
because it was like he had like some planks set up and a light. He's like, so if I shine this light from here, we should be able to see it over here. He was like, wait, I don't see. Can you hold it up a little bit? The guy holds the light up, and you know, if the Earth is curved, if he was just holding it at the same level, like, you know, like 3 feet off the ground, you should be able to see it at the other end. But no, this dude had to lift it up an extra 1.5 feet for this guy to see the light and understand. Meaning, obviously, there's a
It's
curve.
curved, yeah.
And so the dude accidentally ended up proving the Earth is fucking round with this shit.
It's actually
And he did
crazy
his
how
own
we
research, right?
That's
literally-
crazy.
And then he tried to spin it in a way where it seemed like, no, it was clearly saying the other thing. Where clearly he just proved his own fucking point wrong.
Yeah,
It was so funny.
we could literally go see Mars, but you can't figure out if the Earth round or
Bro, no, it's all CG, bro. It's all green screen
Yeah.
CG.
Yeah, it's on CGI. Like, that's crazy.
You know, it's all deep fakes, bro. You're not real. My glass has been
But
deep
look,
faked.
this is literally the fact. Like, the Earth is going in a circle. We all know that. Like, we going so fast at a circle where like you stand on the ground, which makes gravity. So like, if it's flat, how is gravity going to survive? Like,
Our
it's
feet
just
are
not
mag-
going to
our-
sit
our
there.
feet are
like,
magnetic, bro. Our feet are
like-
magnetic.
Right, yeah, we just magnetic field.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know, but I think that's hilarious. Like,
Yeah,
when doing
I
it.
didn't know that though about the Harry Potter thing. Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a
not
big
to bring
thing.
that back, but like that's just
No, go
crazy to
ahead.
me. Like, you know, like that's actually
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Not wild. Like, I don't know. I guess it is wild what she said too. But like, I don't know, just wild that that's even a thing. But I guess what people don't understand is too is like, of course it's a girl who made
Yeah,
Potter,
what's
ain't
her
it?
name? I forget her name.
I forgot her name, but
and
like,
her story, like if you read it, it's like one of those inspirational stories, like an author who's like really poor, all of a sudden like finally sells a book and like makes tons of money. So it's
Yeah.
one of those like rags to riches story.
Mm-hmm.
And then like people kind of flipped on her like when she started saying her opinions about certain things, And especially like the trans stuff. That's
Yeah.
like what people talk about the most.
Yeah, because we like your book. They say we like your book, not you.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's what I mean. Like, you should be able to
Yeah.
separate art from artist.
Yeah.
Granted, you know, they're like, oh, I don't want my money to come to support her. I'm like, well, you like the fucking shit she made, so
Yeah.
So it's like
And
one of
most
them
likely
things.
they still gonna go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're
Yeah.
still
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
buy
yeah, yeah. Because that's the worst.
Yeah.
That pisses me off more than anything.
Yeah.
The people exactly who would say, oh, I'm so against it, I'm fucking boycott this, still gonna fucking buy it. I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking put your wallet where your mouth is.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
for real.
Like, that's
Like, why you
that's
even
how you
saying
vote
anything,
with that
like-
shit. You don't participate in it.
Yeah.
But
and
don't fucking hate on others for doing so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And
You
like,
got an opinion?
what I
Everybody
was
got
saying too is like, what people don't, I feel like, understand is like, of course she's still gonna be getting a percentage of like
Yeah.
that video game because I mean it's her brand. Like, you know, it's
Yeah.
like all she did was just allow the rights to be able to be used.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't sell it off to the video game, you know, company and be like, okay, y'all own all of Harry Potter. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like, you know, I feel like people don't really think about that even too, like to where it's like she really is still the owner. And like, it's like anything, if you know, it's like even like businesses like a McDonald's or something, you know, like you're franchising it, like, you know, like you bought
Yeah.
the rights to be able to use,
Yeah.
like, you know, and so like I'm sure instead of the video game company like buying out the rights entirely to be able to just, like make whatever, like, you know, she obviously probably wanted a percentage rather than like, yeah, I'm gonna sell you the rights, like, so I feel like people don't really understand the business side of it too, and like
No.
behind the scenes they just like
Definitely.
immediately just like think like, oh well, your opinion is wrong, so you're canceled and I hate you. Like,
Yeah.
like what?
And I mean, the other thing is like, and this is kind of counterpoint to my own goddamn point, because we get to that point, because that was when I said earlier to pirate it, like, that doesn't only hurt her, that hurts everybody who made it, everybody else who worked on it, and
Yeah.
everything. Like her losing a couple million, that's not gonna do shit for her, bro.
Yeah.
She's goddamn loaded.
Yeah, exactly.
But that could tank the whole studio that made this game that you would love. You know, it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, because like from the few things that I've seen about the game, because I saw like a few commercials or whatever, and I mean the game looks really fucking dope. It looks like they spent a lot of time, and like I've seen a few things on Twitter, like the character customizations, and it looks very like detailed, like so.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question. This is from Adrian, who just like left.
Yeah.
He's like, he wanted to know the beats you were making were instruments made live or a beat machine.
So it's kind of both. Like it's kind of a bit of both actually, because like we do use like well, I'm not like the producer. That's Jay Spin. Like I am musically inclined enough to be able to play the drums and like things of that nature. But we kind of use both those, because like Spinning will use his drum machine and like, you know, make certain beats with that, or sometimes we'll do like how some of my music was even made is a lot like cross stuff too, where we have a live guitar in there, and so like we actually have live instrumentation as well, live guitar, live bass, but then like sometimes the drums are like what's programmed in, like, and it could be from, you know, live sounding drums programmed in, or how like a typical, I guess, like hip hop rap sort of beats with like 808s and like, you know, certain snares and things of that nature. And I also have a really nice e-kit. It's the Alesis Strike Pro, and it's like basically it's a full kit, like life shells, like, you know, like as if it was an acoustic kit, but it's all electronic. And so like with my album that I had just released called The Show Must Go On, I actually played the drums on all the tracks with that. And so like technically I am playing the drums, but it is like electronic. So.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I know exactly what it is. I was with one of my friends. They whenever they were recording back for the band, I think like back in 2011 before they fucking broke up, these motherfuckers, like, they would make it so big, play a really big show, make a really good impression, and break up every fucking time. They did it like 3 times. But like, so they would go in, record drums, do all of that, and then just go after and literally like digitally fix all of them. I'm like, I mean, that makes sense. I guess that's fine.
Okay.
What are we getting?
No, you're good.
What happened?
I just need to check.
He just
Make sure we're rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're like at the last maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, I guess the batteries are almost fucking dying.
Yeah, let's try and wrap up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
Hey, no, it's okay. It's cool that
No,
we were
this-
able to hold a conversation that long where the
for real.
batteries are. Or the batteries are kicking out on us, man.
Yeah, for real.
Shit, man. Man, this was super fun. Thank y'all so much
Yeah.
for coming in, and especially for being so willing to talk about every random bullshit. Like I said, I love just having a conversation. This
No,
is
same.
nice.
And
Yeah.
like,
I
once
love
again,
conversations for
This
sure.
was
Yeah.
one of the most fluid podcasts we've done.
Yeah.
No,
It's great.
and
No, I
I
appreciate
appreciate
y'all.
that. Like, yeah, like I really do appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, it's a real honor to be here and be a part of this. So like, I really do appreciate that. Like, way more than you know. So like,
And
thank you
I've
for
said this
allowing
on
us.
times too, but yeah, fucking right back at you, motherfucker. Like,
Thank
it's really nice having y'all on. Super, super great. Like, I haven't heard your shit before today, but I put on a couple songs on my way here. I was like, damn, this kid's got something.
Appreciate that, man.
So I'm
For
definitely.
real.
Do you also have the Spotify? Because I was only sent like his.
Oh yeah, I have everything.
Yeah. Okay. So send
Yeah.
your shit to either him or him, and then
I got you.
Bring it back to me. And,
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
And we'll make
even
sure
though-
to link everything in the description
Okay.
for like the podcast and the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
I appreciate
that'd be
you,
dope.
man.
Yeah,
man.
and even though I say I'm a massive metalhead, yeah, that's my main genre. But I listen to like when people say I listen to everything, like I dip into like if it sounds good, I'll listen to it. I
Yep,
don't
that's how I
care
am
what
too.
it is
Yeah.
exactly.
That's how I operate.
And especially if it's like local stuff,
Yeah.
you gotta support your local boys no matter what
Yeah.
they're doing.
Man,
Yeah.
and I agree with that. My bad. I was cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, you good. No, well, with them, although like I grew up listening to like R&B and hip hop and stuff like that, being with them like opened my like horizons with like different type of music that maybe like I just grew up and I didn't hear because like different regions have different type of music that they come from and all that stuff. So when I linked up with them, and actually like although I don't like listen to like rock and stuff like that, it do like give me something that I could look at in a different perspective,
Yeah,
and
like,
it can help me a lot, like with writing music and anything, because they have a lot of good subjects and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and even like with rapping, even if that's even still going now, there's still even though it's like more blended now because of internet. The West Coast still has their style, the East Coast still has their style.
Yep.
The Southern rap still has their own style,
Yeah.
even though it's more blended because of online stuff, but it's still very distinct. Even
Yeah, for
that,
sure.
It's
Very much
within
so.
their own genres. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
Very much so. Well, I guess for a quick little wrap up then, like once again, I really do appreciate you like having me on here and having us on here.
Yeah,
and,
for real.
allowing the opportunity, and really do appreciate that. A message I want to give out real quick to the world and to the youth is never give up on yourselves. Continue to do what you can and the best ability that you can. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do shit, because you can do it. Especially if it's for the better of the world and for the better of just the people around you and just everything around you, man. Like if it's for better, never give up on it and always keep going. Believe in yourself, because nobody else will until you got a little vision going on, and then people are gonna be like, oh shit, like bet, like now I see it. So like don't give up on your vision. Don't get caught up in the what I like to say is like don't get caught up in the pixels of your picture, and look at your picture as a full, and don't look at the one little pixel and get fucked up on it and be like, damn, my whole shit's shitbagged. So like don't get caught up in a pixel. Look at the whole picture and continue going, like, because if you have a vision, then you have a vision, and like just run it. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it. And I know it sounds very like cliche and basic or whatever, but like it's so for real. Like just don't give up on yourself. Like as hard as it can be to like want it, or as easy actually as it can be to want to give up on yourself, don't. Like just absolutely don't. And if you ever need anything, my DMs are open. The people that I surround myself with, their DMs are open. Like reach out to somebody if you ever feeling lost or suicidal or anything along those lines. Like reach out, 100%. And 100% don't give up on yourselves, man.
People are always listening.
Yeah,
Always
for sure.
that. Always
There's
that.
in here.
And then my closing statement as well real quick is I got a new song dropping out with Big Baby Gucci that's going to come out probably in the next month or so. Getting the last little tight ends finished up on that. And then really just I got a lot of cool stuff in the works right now that I'm just
where can people
slowly...
find you on your socials, man?
You can find me on everything at Conor Gibbons 97, and that's everywhere, anything, all the same @handle for all platforms. And then music, just Conor Gibbons. That's on everything, Spotify, fucking Tidal, Apple Music, everything, anything and everything. It's there.
My message probably not gonna be as good as his, but one thing I've learned in life is go hard at whatever you want to do, learn every day, but at the same time keep balance. Balance is important. Yeah, but everything you can catch me on, stay Barii with 1 R, 2 I's.
Yes, sir.
And if you see him, you probably gonna see me. So yeah.
Well, Barii and Conor, guys, it's been an absolute fucking pleasure. Thank y'all so much again for being on this podcast. One of the most fun conversations I've had in a long ass time. George, thank you so much for co-hosting. Adrian, I know he had to leave because he works a night shift, so like having him here was actually really fucking cool. Yeah. And of course, thanks to Manuel who set all this shit
Absolutely.
up. Absolutely. Dip too, but yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks, George, again. This battery's gonna die. We're gonna wrap this up. Some more shit. Gonna try to be more consistent with this again since we got this going on. Thank you all for watching and peace. Bye.
Appreciate it.
Subscribe, like, and comment. All that.
Ski.
谢谢脚呢。
Wow, there we go. Oh,